Chattisfying.
Hello, Mother Funsters, and welcome to episode 16 of Chattisfying. My name is Mellar. Today, I'm joined by our co-host Sukonami,
Hello, how are you?
and our amazing guest today is kurisutaru94.
I don't know what.
Hi.
Down the way, down the way. I think.
Did I pronounce that okay?
Yeah, it'll do.
We'll just call you Kuri.
Yeah.
Everywhere. That's exactly it.
So just before we begin, I just wanted to say, because it's kind of become a thing that Chattisfying is a monthly podcast, and yeah, we can't keep that up. So we're going to do it when we can, but not necessarily monthly. So please don't expect this to be monthly. It's killing me!
It is killing him, to be fair. It is. I often get 3 a.m. scrambles from him being like, I can't do it anymore. Chattisfying's just, it's my baby. I love it so much.
It's not quite that bad, but I'm still going to aim for it to be monthly. But
Yeah, that's the plan.
I think calling it the monthly podcast is every time I say it, I die a little in size. So we're not going to do that no more. So with out the way, Kuri, please do introduce yourself to us.
I'm Curry. I hate talking about myself, but here I am. So I am British. I stream Zelda content and other stuff. And I like cats.
Sound. That's great. I do like cats.
What's your favorite Zelda game?
Probably Ocarina of Time. Just because I grew up with it a lot. And then people go, oh, but what about Majora's Mask? And I'm like, no, I've never completed it. It scared me as a kid. I'm scarred.
What Majora's Mask gave you as a kid?
The Well.
I never played Majora's Mask.
See?
That's the bit where the reader are asking you to give them stuff, right?
Yeah.
Is that where Ben drowned?
But it's super, super dark, and it's like, nope.
Is that where Ben drowned, or is that something else?
No, that is Ben Drown.
That's where Ben. Oh, okay. No. I wasn't too sure.
You know this Ben Drown thing, right, Curry? It's a famous creepypasta
Yeah.
about a cursed copy of Majora's Mask.
Oh, it's yeah. You've
No,
got.
I've not seen this.
Yeah, it's brilliant because, of course, it's such a sort of cursed, dark, creepy game. It lends itself to creepypastas
It's the
amazingly.
same thing with. There's a Sonic version as well. There's a Sonic creepypasta as well.
Yeah, but the Zelda one's better.
Yeah, it's true. I think you also had like Pokemon Black version where it was like super like dark and stuff. Like people were like, "Oh, I got this copy of Pokemon." It was like super like, all messed up and
something
stuff.
vaguely like that. Yeah.
I think the most famous one is from Majora's Mask, where it's spent like the save file was called Ben Drowned or something, and someone tried to delete it and it came back and stuff. And
it was incredibly cursed, and it utilized the is it the Eulogy of Emptiness, where you play the song and like a really creepy version of Link just appears,
Yes.
and he's like staring at you with like empty eyes. It's
He's just
so
like
cursed.
You should look it up. I actually want to get back into that sort of thing. I really enjoy creepypastas, to be fair.
Good ones, but there's so many rubbish ones out there. That you kind of get to a point you're like,
as you get like, there's only so much original stuff out there when it comes to creepypastas, you know.
Yeah.
It's like eventually it gets
It's like, hang on a minute, I've read this somewhere else.
This seems familiar.
So, what games do you stream, Kuri?
That's a very good question. Well, Ocarina of Time, mostly. And then Super Mario 64. Sometimes I'll do, playthroughs of certain things. So I did Breath of the Wild at one point. I was doing Pokemon Diamond, but I've kind of phased it out. Don't tell the viewers. I actually don't know what else I've played.
Pokemon Diamond? What's wrong with Pokemon Diamond? I love Pokemon Diamond.
I don't know. I find it difficult to stream Pokemon content because it is just the same thing over and over again, and I've played it for so many years, but...
That's true, yeah. It makes sense.
Ocarina of Time.
No, that's different.
Is it?
How so?
Randomizers.
How is it different?
I mean, I don't
Randomizers.
disagree with you, but how's it different?
Because randomizers. I don't do Pokemon randomizers. That's just Pokemon playthroughs. So where I do the Ocarina of Time randomizers and stuff, and multiworlds, and God knows what else with it, it freshens it up every time.
No, I get you.
So, explain to the uninitiated what is a randomizer.
That's me. I've never done a randomizer. Please tell me. I am but a baby boy.
Okay. Do you know Ocarina of Time?
No.
Okay.
I played Link to the Past. That was my first one.
Okay. There is a Link to the Past
I played
randomizer.
Breath of the Wild, but I want to play. I'd like to play Wind Waker. I have Wind Waker on the shelf actually back there. I wanted that to my first game, but I didn't play it. I didn't have it at the time. It's unfortunate.
Okay, so take Ocarina of Time and the storyline, every item where it's placed specifically for you to be able to complete the game intended, put it all in a box, shake the box, and throw it. All the items get scattered that you choose to shuffle, and you have to make your way through and basically use certain tricks if they're required. That's a whole other thing that we're probably not going to talk about. And basically just try and beat the game not in the intended way, essentially.
Okay, so you can't go to certain places because you haven't got certain items. You have to,
Exactly
for instance, like an area you'd have to go through, 20 hours in the game. You can go there first because you've got that item first, and then you can go back and find. Okay,
Exactly.
I get you.
It basically makes the game kind of open world in a way.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
That makes sense.
And every time you generate a seed, it is completely different. There's a completely different path, and anything can happen.
Oh, okay. So it's not like. So if you have like, I don't know, say like 12, 13 items, surely eventually you'd play all the seeds, no?
If you had 12 to 13 items.
There's like hundreds of items.
Oh,
so
it's hundreds. Okay.
Possible permutations are billions,
Oh,
maybe
right, okay.
trillions.
Yeah. And they're always constantly, the devs are always constantly adding new settings, and there's loads of different forks to shuffle different things. Things like rupees in pots, for example. There's loads of pots. So it's vast.
Well, that's a whole staple of Zelda, though, isn't it? Breaking pots, though. Like you smash pots because that's the sort of thing that, that's just what Link's known for.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I understand. Huh.
So that's your kind of main thing, is it? Like Ocarina of Time?
Essentially, yeah. I think the first kind of proper game I played when I was a wee babby was Ocarina of Time. I used to watch my mum play it all the time. I'd be like, "Mum, play this. I want to watch it." And it was the first thing I ever played, so it's near and dear.
So was your mum, was like gaming a big thing, like growing up and stuff, like your mum did it and then you wanted to get into it because of your mum and stuff, or?
Yeah, I mean, she played the N64 every now and then, like if she was like bathing my brother or something, or like he was in the bath and she would like, obviously we're like children at this point.
No, I get it.
But like, yeah, she would kind of leave him to do what he needs to do in the bath, play the N64 for like half an hour. I would sit there and just watch. We vibe.
Fair enough. I wish my parents were as cool as that, because that's a pretty gnarly way to get into video games, though. To be fair.
Yeah.
I think that's the
really
main
good.
reason I play games, is because I've been around them all the time.
That makes sense. Yeah, I get that. So, would you say? I have curiosity. So, obviously, you play a bunch of Ocarina of Time, right? So that's
A bunch.
Would you say that Ocarina of Time is your favorite game of all time, or would you say that there's like something else that's like it peaks up there? Like, this is why maybe you didn't play it as much. But you played it, you played it once. Like, this is the game that I like the most.
No, I would probably still go back to Ocarina of Time. I was trying to think, and I was like, is there really anything else? No.
Just the cheeky one. Nah, it's Ocarina. It's gotta
be. With Super Mario 64, same kind of era. Yeah, close second, but not that close.
No, I get it. Sometimes it doesn't hit the same way as like that one game. It's like this is good, but it's not this type of good. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not this.
I find with Mario 64 is it's a great game, but there's a lot of nostalgia for it. I probably have almost as much nostalgia for that as I do for Ocarina of Time. But on more recent playthroughs, I kind of see the cracks, and I'm like, this isn't as good as I remember it. But I play Ocarina of Time, and I'm like, no, this is gold. This has always been gold. It's still gold. It always will be.
Is it
This
gold?
bug right here, I love this bug.
It's a feature.
I mean, to be honest, I mean, you the same way, but the bugs are so ingrained into your psyche, they basically are features by now, aren't they, really?
Yeah.
So that
You
makes
don't
sense,
notice them anymore. It's like, oh wait, no, that's normal. Ignore that.
That's
And then
always
if
been
it
like
didn't
that,
happen
hasn't it?
and it was fixed, you'd be like, oh my god, what the hell?
Where's the bug? What happened? You know?
There is actually something with Super Mario 64 like that I encountered recently. So I do
For the first time?
not
Did
not the first time, no. So
No.
more recently, I not so much anymore, but used to do 16-star speedruns. And on the Nintendo 64 version, you can do a glitchy backwards long jump, which shoots you up the stairs
Oh,
to
the
the
stairs,
final Bowser.
yeah.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
You can't do that on the Switch version. They patched it.
Oh.
On the 3D All Stars version, they patched
They
it.
took
So
it
you can't
away.
actually do it. Yeah. So
Imagine that. That'll be something that's ingrained in someone's memory. Like, oh yeah, I never do this as a kid. You go and do it on the Switch. Like, where is Nintendo?
They
What?
actually purposefully left a lot of the bugs in the remaster of Ocarina of Time because they knew how much everyone loved them.
Oh, did they actually? Oh wow.
And not all of them.
When did Ocarina of Time get remastered?
On the 3DS in like 2014, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I think 2014 is the 3DS, and I think 2003 is GameCube.
Yeah.
Did it not come to? It's not on the Switch emulator as well, though. Is it not? Can you not get out
It
the
is,
game
but
thing?
It
it's
is,
not
yeah.
very good.
It's not as good. Okay. That's
I don't know why,
I've
though.
never-
It's just not as good.
If it's the same game but ported onto the Switch, do you think it's the Switch itself that's the problem? Or it's not on the same sort of, it's not in the same setup as it was before.
I don't know. Who knows the inner workings of Nintendo?
I don't think
even they do.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point. So going off what you said before about playing a whole bunch of different games, like sort of letting Pokemon Diamond go a little bit to the side. Would you, obviously you said it gets a little bit sort of repetitive, Pokemon, that sort of stuff. Would you say Pokemon's still a favorite of yours, or would you say it's like maybe not a favorite of your, like what's like the least favorite game you of yours to stream, maybe, or just in general?
Least favorite.
Like something you thought, hey, I'm gonna like this, and then you play it and you're like, nah, this isn't for me.
It's different in terms of streaming. So playing games, like I'll always play a Pokemon game. I'll always play it offline. Apart from I didn't play from like Black and White to up until Sword and Shield. I think Sword and Shield.
I was the same.
Yeah.
I was the same way.
All of the 3DS ones didn't touch them. Basically,
Just left them. I didn't.
I just
I'm
didn't
literally
feel
the
it.
opposite.
Did you?
I played Gen 1 and then didn't play another one until X and Y.
You are kidding me. No way. You missed out so much good things, though.
I know. I've gone back and I've played Shining Pearl back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's back, but in a newer like
I know.
thing. I don't know. I thought they were good. They were my favorite gen, so I went back and played. I said, I'll do it.
Which one's
bearing
your
in mind-
favourite, Kuri? Pokemon
Sorry?
games. Which one's your favourite Pokemon?
Actual singular Pokemon or game?
No, which one's your favourite game? Your favourite gen?
Well, I prefer Gen 2 over anything else. I don't know why. I think probably because I'm going to link this back to my mum again. She always used to play Crystal, and I always used to play Crystal. And guess what Crystal is? Gen 2.
It's Gen 2. Special guest, Kuri's mom. Just walking in.
Let's go, Mum. Come on.
She doesn't come out of your camera. She comes out in my camera and is like, here she is. And it's like,
Oh my God, Mum.
She's driven all the way to Scotland to be here today.
And tonight we've got a special guest.
That's funny because she doesn't drive.
I went and got her. It's fine.
Oh. You know my mum.
I do. We played Pokemon Crystal together. That's my training buddy, actually. How am I supposed to get all the evolutions? Just saying. Not in terms like it doesn't have to be Pokemon, for instance. When I said your least favorite game to play, or to stream it, is there a game that you've played on stream that you thought, hey, I would love to, I want to play this, but it just didn't click for you? Or is there a game that maybe like you wanted to play it and the people, your community were like, I don't really, this isn't something that we're really enjoying as much? Sort of thing.
Anything like me personally, anything that's multiplayer and involves other people, that sounds really leave me alone kind of territory
I
there.
mean, to be fair, I understand where
If
you're
there's
coming
too much
from.
going on, like if us three were talking right now and we're all playing a game at the same time, I couldn't cope. Because
Yeah.
there's too much going on at one time. You have, especially if you're streaming. If I wasn't streaming the game, then fine. But if I'm streaming, I've got chat to look at. I've got things in Discord to look at. If people are coming from stream to Discord, and I've got to kind of vet that in a sense. I've got to pay attention to the people I'm playing with / co-streaming with, and it just. It's too much sometimes.
It can be too much. I understand that.
It can get very
It's like,
overwhelming very quickly.
at one point, you're sort of like, maybe you're focusing a bit too much on the game. You forgot about chat a little bit. It's like, oh, I need to sort of back here. Go back to this and sort of, you're not paying attention, whatever.
Yeah.
No, I definitely like that.
This definitely goes into something we've talked about before. I do tend to somewhat dip on streams if they're on Discord, because it is so hard to keep an eye on everything, play the game, and be active on chat while you've got people talking in your ears. And there's so few people that seem to be able to handle it all at the same time. I know I'm not one of them. I've tried.
There's certain
failed.
games as well, though. There's certain games as well, because I think I remember you telling me before, Mellar, that you'll not watch people playing Overwatch because it's just it's too, people are not.
Even if there's no one else in the game, it's just one person streaming Overwatch. You can't play Overwatch and pay attention and chat at the same time. So I won't watch an Overwatch stream, even if I really like the streamer, because it's like, well, I'm not going to end up having a chat with this guy. That's what I'm here for.
No, I get you. No. I think that's the thing with most multiplayer games, though, isn't it? Because you can't sort of you've got Valorant and all Apex, whatever. People are playing those. It's sort of people are busy with trying to win the game, and it's like you can't really sort of focus on chat as much when you're doing.
There is a lot of downtime in most of those games, though, and that's the problem with Overwatch is there's no downtime. And I found that when I'm watching someone stream Overwatch, the only time there is downtime is when they die. They get 10 seconds before they respawn, but they're so into the game that they're sort of they're thinking over how they just died and all that kind of thing, and they don't actually check chat during that 10 seconds. So you can't really have a chat with them, because the only time they're going to respond to chat is at 15-minute mark between the actual matches.
Playing games, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, you say you don't play games with other people, but you do play multiworld, so Zelda. So how do you handle streaming that if you don't like Discord?
With difficulty. So the multi-worlds that I have been doing or have done previously have been with a small group of people. We're all kind of the same in a sense. We'll talk. This sounds really antisocial. We'll talk if we have to. Oh, do you need this item? What do you need to do this? Blah, blah, blah. This goes back to Ocarina of Time multi-worlds specifically. I don't do those so much anymore because the host of those is taking a bit of a hiatus. But I have recently been doing async multi-worlds, which is heaven. Because that means I can essentially play the seed whenever I want. And there is a Discord server that we kind of all chat in and type what notes, what hints we've found. Oh, is this important? Do you need this? And at them so that they can read it at their leisure when they're free. And that also helps cross time zone as well.
What exactly is an async?
You can do it whenever you want. So you are not synced. It's the opposite of being synchronized.
Right. Okay. I was trying to ask the question, what's a multi-world, but I guess I'm just new to that. So I don't know what multi-world is.
You know that box of all the Ocarina of Time items you had?
Yeah.
Add in 3 more versions.
Right. Okay.
You have 3 games, and so imagine us 3. We're playing Ocarina of Time. We're enjoying ourselves.
How do we time?
I open a treasure chest, and it is an item not for me, but for Mellar.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Mellar goes and opens another chest, and it's not an item for him, it's an item for you.
Okay.
So you're all relying on each other.
Yeah.
But if you're playing out of sync, wouldn't you be heated in progress because you haven't got an item, but somebody else has got it?
Yes, but that is the beauty of these things, and anyone can play whenever they like. And if that means that it lasts a certain amount of time, like a month, like they have done already, then that's fine. Because, okay, so for example, if I pull up the Discord very quickly, the one that I'm taking part in at the moment is 44 worlds across 15 players. So there's always something to do. Exactly. It's big. There's more than 8,000 items across all of the games. So at some point, one person is going to be able to do something.
That's insane.
Yes.
What's the win condition on that?
I suppose you finish the game, right?
Yeah, but is it like on one world or all worlds?
Oh, that makes sense, yeah. But would it be main 3, though? Because then you have, like, 3 or certain amount of players playing.
Say that again, sorry.
So it'd be like, wouldn't your win condition be all 15 players finished, no?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so all seeds have to be finished. With this particular multi-world, it's a little bit more complicated because it uses something called Archipelago, which is cross-game multi-worlds. So I could be playing Ocarina of Time, someone else could be playing Super Mario 64. Yes. So
Well, they're 2 different games.
they are different games. That's where the Archipelago thing comes in, because it's basically, and I'm going to try and describe this as best as I can, it's like a program that takes a bunch of games and splits all the items apart across all of the games. For example, I'm playing one OOT seed and one Super Mario 64 seed. So if I'm playing Mario and I go and get a Power Star, it'll come up with a little bit of text at the bottom that says, send small key to Mellar.
Okay.
And it won't actually give me a Power Star. That will be someone else's item.
So if they go into chess and Ocarina of Time and they get a certain item, it could be a Power Star for you.
Exactly.
Okay, I get you.
Very complicated.
That's incredible.
I think I've seen some. I might be wrong, but I think I might have seen someone do that sort of thing with Metroid in a Zelda game. Like you could do. I think there's an HDQ speedrun of like someone's like trying to finish the game, but it's like on both things as they're doing this and doing the next thing. Yeah, and it overlaps.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different games with this Archipelago plugin. So one of the most mind-blowing ones that I can think of is Minecraft. How the hell that works, I can't tell you because I don't know.
There's so many items in Minecraft, though. What?
Exactly, yeah. So there's Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past, Super Mario 64, Super Metroid, something called Time Spinner, something called Rogue Legacy.
I recognise that one. I recognise Rogue Legacy.
There's Super Mario 64, if I haven't said it already. There's tons. Super Metroid, Subnautica. There's loads.
Oh my god, I love that because it seems like every couple of months the whole sort of like randomizing community just like exponentially gets more complicated and confusing. It's amazing.
And then Archipelago comes along and goes, "Hey guys,
hey guys, let's make it even worse." Like boom, it expands like tenfold, and it's like, we're doing what now?
Whoa. I think they have plans to add things like Donkey Kong Country as well, and I wouldn't be surprised with Donkey Kong 64 randomizer on the rise that they would probably add that at some point too.
Mad. So, have you ever had a game that you've really enjoyed streaming, but like your community just been like, not watching this, see you later?
I don't really know, honestly. I think, I don't know, it's hard to say. I feel like they probably feel like that with things like Stardew Valley, because I played so much of it at one point. It was great, it was fun. And then we started a new farm like 6 months down the line, and I've found the engagement is a little bit less because maybe it's something that they've seen me do already.
Okay.
But I mean, they still, I think, enjoy the content, but it's not as engaging as it once was, if that makes sense.
No, I get what you mean. It's sort of like, I think from a different point of view, obviously, I played Stardew myself, but I never really get past year one. Because I feel like after I've done year one, I've done everything. It's like, that's it. I've done this, all this sort of stuff, finished the community, worked on that sort of thing.
Yeah, you finished the community center.
You get to like the first sort of like half the next year, like, I've done everything. So there's not much really to do. But apparently they've updated it a lot more. So there's a lot more stuff to do. But I think I understand the same sort of you're sort of the engagement sort of goes down because everyone knows the first year sort of thing, and after you've done that, it's like it sort of feels the same after that.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like I understand where you're coming from with that.
So,
But
at what point in Stardew Valley does the credits actually roll?
I don't think it does. Do they? Though? Are there credits even
I'm
in the
trying to
game?
think about it on the Xbox because I've done a bit more on the Xbox than I have on the PC for achievements because I'm an achievement whore.
Oh, off my own heart. Oh, I'm moving off my own heart. Oh.
I don't think they've played it at any point. I don't think there is credits unless there is. Oh, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't played it, but there's like after you do the community center, there's an extra bundle that you get items for. I think they roll short credits after that. I think.
Right. Because
Okay.
that was one
Could be
thing
pulling
that
that out of my ass.
really surprised me about Animal Crossing is that you sort of get to a certain point in the credits roll, and that's when the game kind of starts.
Yes.
Would
Yes.
Animal
okay.
Crossing end?
No, exactly. But that you get to a point where the credits roll, and that's actually really where the main game kind of starts. That's where
I've never
things
seen
really get
credits in
interesting.
Animal Crossing before. I've played Animal Crossing games before.
Specifically, New Horizons. Is it New
Yeah.
Horizons?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to a certain point, and then the credits roll, and it's like, okay, that's it. But that's where the game properly starts.
Hmm.
Oh wow.
It's like you do like it's almost like credits for the tutorial.
The tutorial, yeah.
Because
Except
you
the
unlock
tutorial
this,
takes
you
you like,
unlock
what, 2 months?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, thanks for building the museum. It's going to take 3 days. All right, I'll come back later.
Yeah, guess I'll just come back later then. To be fair, 3 days is a lot shorter than actually having to wait like 6 months for it to actually be built properly.
That's true.
You know.
Takes
6
you
months?
quicker
What,
if you go into Switch
what from
days.
museum to be built?
I
What
don't know,
world do you live in?
a small corner shop? I don't know.
It's
Depends on
taking the
what you
builders
work
like
on
4
it.
months just to
I
do
was
the
gonna-
roof
I
of
was
my
gonna say,
house.
how long is it going to take to do a loft in someone's house? Tom Nook's sitting here making a house in a night. What are you on about? It's taking 3 days to make a museum, you know?
Oh,
What's he doing?
completely on a tangent, but I realised something. You know Bolson in Breath of the Wild, the bald guy that's helping
Yeah.
building the house, like the,
The,
the leader of the
Yes.
For
the builders.
Tarrytown.
That's it, yeah. Man on Roof in CAC looks exactly like him. I was
You're
just
right.
looking at I was just looking at Man on Roof. I was playing earlier today, and I was like, that looks like Bolson.
You know, the entire time I played Breath of the Wild, I call it Piss Town. I couldn't remember what it was called. I was like, oh, it's Tinkletown. No, it's Tarrytown. Oh, it's Piss Town. That's what I'm gonna call it now. That's it. That's the
I've
best I've got.
I've just pulled up the pictures next to each other, and
Man on Roof.
holy fuck.
Man
I
on
feel like
do.
I've discovered a thing because I've never. There's loads of like videos or like references. And I've never seen that before, and I was like,
Yeah, I mean, Bolson
None of-
has less hair on the top of his head, but the face shape and the ear shape and everything is spot on.
Which Man on Roof are we talking about? Because I'm currently looking at a Man on a Roof in Hull.
Man on Roof in Kakariko Village. You
Roof.
almost certainly find him.
Gotcha.
He gives you a piece of art.
Doesn't Bolson wear like fancy trousers as well? He's got like puffy pink trousers.
Oh yeah,
on.
he's fabulous.
And Man on Roof has like greenish, pinky, flowery kind of 3/4 lengths on. And
There you go,
sandals.
Celtic.
I
Celtic.
see.
You watching this, mate?
No, where's Man on Roof from? Like, what game is that from?
Ocarina of Time.
Okay, time. Okay. I was like, that's not what I wouldn't have seen it. So it's. I didn't know where's Man on Roof. I was like, Man on Roof and Hull. Like, I don't think we're talking about Man on Roof on Hull. What are we talking about? I was so confused. But then you had, I don't know. I feel like Bolson was pretty fabulous, but so was his. Was Bolson not the actual like? He was the guy that went to Tarrytown, or was he the dude that actually was the builder, like original man?
He was the leader, wasn't he? The
Oh,
guy
okay,
that you
okay.
actually speak to outside your house, and he stays outside,
Yeah, he
outside
stays
your
outside
house
your house.
even after he's finished.
He's finished your test. Like, what a wonderful build. I'm going to stay in your garden from now on. That's it. It's like,
Yeah.
thanks, dude. What's the guy that goes to Triton then? What's his name?
Hudson.
Hudson. That's
Hudson.
With the
he has the
mop-head.
mushroom. He has the mushroom like
Yeah.
bowl cut sort of thing.
He looks like,
Yeah.
looks like he's literally got a mop on his head because it goes up like it would if you were wearing a mop on your head as well.
Actually bald. That's exactly it.
It's like if Mellar, if you put a toilet plunger on your head and put your Karen wig on top of it, you would be Hudson.
I was like, where are we going with this? There's a plunger on someone's head. Is it half Dalek? What's going on here? I was like, I don't want to sit in here. But I got it. I understand.
So,
Oh,
so
goodness.
your socials include TikTok. What kind of TikTok stuff do you make?
I am really lazy and I edit clips.
It's a gold mine. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
it's not a
there.
bad way. It's not a bad way of putting them out there. That's what I'm saying.
I want to be like, oh no, the humanity, but it's sensible.
It's a sensible
yeah.
thing.
I'm not the kind of person who feels confident enough to jump on all those weird trends and things that all the youngsters are doing these days. So I figured just use the platform for clips.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
we've
Short
been-
and sweet, and that's what TikTok is all about.
We've talked
Exactly.
about working smart, not hard on this kind of thing before on Chattisfying quite a few times. It's definitely a good idea. I mean, I don't do it, but I'm an idiot, so
It's very
I mean-
time consuming if you do it yourself.
Yeah. At the end of the day, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get people to come from TikTok over, and by putting clips out there, you're sort
Not
of like,
easy.
this is what you can expect. Then people can pop over that sort of stuff, and that's sort of what the whole sort of plan is, you know.
Kuri, you're breathtaking. My butt spot says breathtaking.
Your breath.
Oh my god.
No,
You're
your breath.
breathtaking.
You're
breathtaking.
Is that what your butt spot does? It says breathtaking.
Yeah.
I've seen people do other ones where it's like, I don't know, this is some random. Like, I think I've seen Daddy once, and it's like
I
this
used
bot-
Daddy. I used Daddy.
Whew.
You always have
and
really
cheeky.
random ones, Kuri. Like, so weird. I'm like, who thought of that?
Yeah, well, I have a channel point redemption, so people can pick what the word is if they have enough points.
Oh,
So
okay.
it kind of changes. I don't know what it is at the moment. I think it's egg at the moment, so it's a prime example. Which
Mop
is
head's the
funny
next one.
because when I do, did you say mop head's the next one?
Yeah.
When I do like a shout out, so I'll do like !SO and then whoever's like rated or whoever. The other day, Buttspot actually did !egg, which is a sound effect. So I was really confused. I was like, who just egged
Who
me?
did that? Thanks, Butt for that. Wait, what? Butt Spot?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
gaining
goodness.
knowledge to act on its own.
Skynet is coming. Watch out. They're starting with the eggs.
That's so much better than my one because I did have it try and shout someone out once, and the bot was like, "Sorry, Buttspot, you're not a moderator."
Oh, goodness.
Oh, amazing! And you've got Twitter up there as well. Do you do anything special for Twitter, or is it just for go lives?
It's not even that. I forget about Twitter quite a lot. I go on there and I scroll through and see what people are doing because I know I have a lot of people on there that I follow that post updates and memes and stuff. So I try and put like, hey, I'm going live, but I always forget.
I feel like sometimes Twitter, for a lot of streamers, become just, I'm going live, you know? They don't really sort of use it for anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, but
And it's
it
kinda-
doesn't
it is
work
hard
if
to-
you don't
yeah.
provide something. Because
If you don't have anything else, it's sort of this case of like, well, I'm just, you're just going live all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of like,
I used to do Twitter stuff, and then I kind of lost my interest in it, and it became sort of just go lives. And then we did episode 3 of Chattisfying with Virtue, and it was about, like social media and stuff. And we ended up just sitting there for like an hour saying how social media is shit. Don't go on social media. And then after that, I stopped using Twitter after that.
I cut down my social media input for a long time. I stopped using. Like, I wasn't really even using Facebook. I just sort of scroll through it because you're like mindlessly wanting to do something to do, you know. And same with Instagram, that sort of stuff. I just cut it all out. I don't really do it in that sort of stuff anymore. It's just in case like you're just spend needless time on your phone. It's like doing other stuff. I know a lot of people like nowadays, especially like people, younger people. So as a younger person, may I say,
Yeah, we established that earlier.
we established it earlier, yeah. It was a case of like you generally sort of do spend a bit too much time on your phone and stuff. You're sort of like try and cut it down. It's a little bit easier, you know.
Yeah, and I mean,
You don't
like,
check it as much.
idly scrolling is like it's not exactly good for your mental health either. So
I
especially
go
avoid
to
it.
bed. It's like 3 a.m. Just
Yes.
It's like it's 3 a.m. Just keep going. That's it. Or, TikTok's a bad one as well. Where you're sitting there, just one more video, and suddenly it's like 4 a.m. It's like
See, I do that, but with
Should have been-
YouTube Shorts, which is basically TikTok.
okay.
Basically, yeah,
I get
YouTube's
you.
version of TikTok. Yeah.
Did YouTube Shorts come out before TikTok, or was it after? Okay.
After.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
You can never get enough. It's one of those. It's literally like one more, and then after you're about 2 hours later, you're like, oh shit.
There's
I
something
should've
like
gone
that. It's
to bed.
like there's something like that. It's like one more.
It's because it's so easy to just like, next one, next one,
Next one.
next one.
And then you're like, oh, hey, it's scrolling through. Nah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
next
you go,
one will be
"Oh,
good.
no,
The
don't
next
do
one
that."
will be good. The next one will be good.
Spend 10 minutes just scrolling. It's like, where's the good one? Oh, that's interesting.
There is one that comes up on TikTok of like a woman walking into a bathroom and she's looking at her phone and it's all about like, oh, you looking at your phone too much? And as soon as I see it, I'm like, next.
I hate the ones that it's like. It's all like it's like obviously like very, 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 very pretty girls being like, oh, your phone's in your left hand. No, it's not. It's my right. Keep going up. That's it.
Nope, see ya.
It's not why. I'm not gonna say it's like as soon as I hear the words, oh, your phone, it's like, nope, up. That's it.
I do that if they start off by saying you should subscribe. I'm like, nope.
Next.
Next.
Did you know that only 90% yeep?
Yep, I'm probably one of them.
This video is sponsored by Next.
Squarespace. No. That's what I got. Oh goodness.
Any more questions?
I was going to ask a question actually about Ocarina and stuff. So, Ocarina, you've played multiple times, over and over and over again, randomized
I
over and
could
over and
not
over again.
Hundreds of
number
times, I would
that
imagine.
many.
Multi-world, exactly.
It might even be thousands.
Have you played what? So obviously, Ocarina, your favorite game of all time. Probably his favorite Zelda game of all time as well. What other Zelda games have you played? Have you played them all, or have you played? Or how many of you are you missing before you played them all?
I think Ocarina of Time is the first one I played chronologically in terms of release.
Okay.
So I've tried like Link to the Past and all the 2D ones. Couldn't get on with them. Rage inducing. I haven't played like Four Swords because I'm not even sure what that's all about. The Game
Is it
Boy
not a multiplayer
Advance ones. I think there's a multiplayer one. I think that is the multiplayer one.
It's
but
one of them. There's about
Is
3.
there's a few
Cap
of
not
them,
another
isn't
one?
there? Minish Cap I haven't played, so any Game Boy Advance ones I haven't played, so that's like Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons, Minish Cap, basically anything on the N64, the Switch, and GameCube I've played, and the Wii.
Okay.
Twilight Princess,
Yes, I played that on the Wii.
Skyward Sword.
On the Wii.
So you played the version where you kind of want to strangle Fee.
Yes.
Why
Wait, isn't she like that in both versions?
No, well, she is, but they toned her down a lot for the
did
Switch
they?
version. Yeah,
So I
Why is
bought the
that?
Switch version, but I've not played it yet.
yeah. It's that. Yeah, she's less annoying, but she's still annoying. But I've
It's like
played.
every few steps, like, hey, did you know that there's a 63% chance of blah, 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 blah?
It's always like it sort of gets you to figure something out the way that a Zelda game should, and then she pops out and tells you how to do it, and you're like, yeah, I just figured that out. The
Yeah.
game just told me how to do that.
Yeah.
I've streamed it twice, and both times we've had a counter of the screen with the number of times we told her to fuck off.
Is that that's the little pixie thing that says,
Yeah.
"Hey, listen, no."
Well, that's
or
in
is that
Ocarina of Time.
Skyward
That's it.
Sword's version, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because
She's like a blue robot thing with a like teardrop head,
Okay.
and yeah, she's really annoying.
I wanted to give Link's Awakening a go actually, because I've seen what was it? I seen someone playing it, the Switch version, where it's all chibi and like small and stuff. I
It
think
looks
it's
I've
cute.
played like 30
absolutely
minutes of
adorable.
that.
I would love
Haven't
to
played
play it.
anything more of it.
I think it'd look really good. To be fair,
Mm.
Have you tried Link Between Worlds?
Tried it for about 20 minutes. I didn't
You didn't
carry
go
on with it. I don't know why though.
It's fair enough.
It's just one thing I played and then thought, oh, I'll pick this up another time, and then just completely forgot about it.
I rate that one, honestly. I think it's probably the best 2D one, in my opinion.
A lot of people say it's really good, so I might have to dig out the DS.
Yeah, might be worth it, yeah. It's good fun.
I'm good. We wanted to know about her name,
I was gonna say, like, so by the way, about my name.
but we wanted to know about our username and how she found it out. There we are.
Where's your username come from, one?
Okay, so you know in Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube,
Yeah, I love
There's
that game.
the
I know
blue
this.
fox who's called Crystal.
Crystal, yeah.
With
Type
Pokemon
that
Crystal
into
with your
Google
mum?
Translate. Huh? Pokemon
So-
Crystal with my mum. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
another link. Thanks, mum.
Some say a link to the past.
I swear that Crystal birthed like half of all furries in the world.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I
goodness.
basically was putting words into Google Translate to try and find a word that just didn't mean anything necessarily, but I knew wasn't a rude word or anything. You know, when people tattoo a Chinese symbol on them and it means noodle or something, and they're like,
Yeah.
"This is
Fridge.
peace." Yeah, exactly that. So I was just typing in random words one day, and Crystal, I thought of the fox from Star Fox rather than the actual Crystal.
What Pokemon Crystal?
But it's spelled with a K, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
right.
And that's what I
Oh, wow.
typed in. And the way I don't know if phonetic is the right word to use. In
That sounds
Japanese
about right.
that's what it is.
Yeah, because all the Japanese phonemes are phonetic. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. It looks Japanese.
And if you say it, if you like say every two letters kind of slowly but fast enough that it makes a word, it does sound like crystal.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I think if you say kuri twice quickly, kuri, I think that means something a little bit rude in Japanese, you know, if I remember rightly.
Shit.
This
I don't
actually.
know. I'm gonna pull up.
Do you
Google
know
Translate.
anything about this, Suko?
I will. In a
I know
second.
about ara ara.
I might be wrong, but I think it means
can we
nipple
have-
flicking.
Can we have a Arara? Or is that not? Is that allowed?
I don't do those.
Does anybody here like confirm or deny what I'm saying?
Meaning
trying to
Japan.
I'm trying to find Japanese on Google Translate. Oh, it's there.
I don't know if
find
it'd be
it.
on the translate though, because I'm not sure if it's like official, or if it's just like what's the word?
Urban Dictionary.
Slang.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I just typed in.
I've got Furikuri.
I just typed
Is that
in
nipple
kuri.
flicking?
I don't know.
Furikuri's an anime.
Why do you want to know about nipple flicking?
That's what it means, I think.
I've got the words of he cleared the streets of chestnuts.
So I just typed in curry with the
Yeah.
space between them and chestnut.
There you go then. No worries.
We're fine. Don't worry. We're in the clear.
We're all
Although
good.
technically he wasn't wrong. Chestnut.
Yeah, you never know.
You know. Got you there.
People flip chestnuts, don't they?
Oh goodness.
So there's the name.
That's what I call it. I just thought about some, a warm winter's, a warm winter's day by the fire. And I was thinking, what can I roast? Kuri. That's what I can roast. That's totally it.
What is this? What have we become?
Chestnuts, apparently.
Chestnuts. We're all chestnuts. That's exactly it.
Old chestnuts.
Oh.
Right then, let's move on to segment 2.
Good.
That was amazing. So segment 2 is our topic for the evening, which is single game versus variety streamers. When to take the plunge. So we're going to have a chat, sort of say what you think about the subject. It's a nice wide subject. And then we'll have a bit of a back and forth afterwards. And we'll have our guests go first. So, Kuri, what do you think about single game streaming versus variety streaming?
Well, being someone who used to play a lot of Ocarina of Time, shock horror.
Really? What?
No, I'm lying.
Seriously?
I felt getting like words. Okay, I'm turning into Mellar. I'm messing up. I felt like I was getting burnt out very quickly because of the repetitiveness. Again, shock horror. So I kind of thought, okay, well, what else resonates with Ocarina of Time? Other Nintendo 64 titles, Banjo-Kazooie, Diddy Kong Racing. There's another one, Super Mario 64. Things like that. And I thought, okay, well, I'll give them a go. Do like first playthrough in X amount of years in the title, and it got some traction. So after playing so much of one game and getting kind of bored, feeling kind of stagnant with it, I just thought, you know what, let's try something else. Why the heck not? And it worked.
So
I feel like
instead of sort of going, right, I'm not playing this anymore, I'll just play whatever I want, you kind of thought, well, what would the community that I've already got be interested in?
yeah, so when I made the decision, I don't mean to sound like, oh, I'm big time streamer girl, because I'm not. But I was very small and had kind of just started out streaming. I think I'd done maybe like 8 months, 10 months of Ocarina of Time, and it was all samey. People would start not turning up to stream, and because it was the same stuff. So I just figured, okay, well, what else would I enjoy playing for other people to watch that probably are the same age as me and have the same kind of resonance with or kind of nostalgia value with. So didn't really have much of a Discord community at the time, so couldn't really put out like a poll or anything to kind of say, what do you want to see? Because there was no one there. So kind of just thinking, okay, if I was a viewer, what would I watch?
Do you think that, like, in terms of like numbers and community and so on and so forth, that you would have maybe a bigger community if you hadn't have made that switch, or a smaller one, or?
It's difficult to say, because now that I've gone from just playing Ocarina to playing, a bunch of other stuff as well that isn't now just Nintendo stuff, it's allowed me to grow a little bit more and be able to ask people what do they want to see with new releases and stuff. When I do go back to doing a randomizer or something, I do find that the numbers do go up, because that's what I originally did. And it's almost like all those people are kind of coming back and going, oh yeah, she used to play Ocarina of Time all the time. I haven't seen her do this in ages. It's kind of almost like nostalgia value of a stream that's only 2 years old.
As well. It's a little bit refreshing. It's like people are like, obviously they're the first sort of 8 to 10 months of you playing it. It's like, okay, it's got a little bit sort of like samey sort of thing. And then when you sort of go back to it, it's like, I remember when you used to do this sort of thing. So I come back, so it's a really enjoyable experience that way.
So do you feel then that you are kind of where you feel like you have to do the occasional Ocarina of Time stream because of that?
Not necessarily. I don't feel obligated to do so.
That's the word.
All right. We spoke about this earlier. It's like the kid who says the joke a little bit quieter, and then someone says it louder. It's like, oh yeah, but that's the word. It's like,
you did say it first. Did you say it first? That's why I said obligated, made myself look smart. But I don't necessarily feel obligated to play Ocarina, because that's not this sentence, but what my follower base is based on. It's not why people watch. If people want to watch, then they can, and if I want to play Ocarina of Time, I'll play Ocarina of Time. Some people, when I do a poll, I tend to do a poll every kind of 3-4 weeks, just to keep things fresh and different. Because there's loads of people in the community that like the Pokemon stuff, they like the Stardew stuff, they like the Zelda stuff, they like brand new game that she's never even touched stuff. So there's a whole lot to fit in a week, and it's actually kind of hard when you turn to variety. So sometimes bringing it back is a nice refresher and just clean slate, and then you can kind of chat with people in Discord, in Twitch chat. Oh, what are you going to play this week? Or what do you guys want to see this week? And you can kind of gauge it in time.
Yeah, a lot of streamers sort of talk about their safe game that they keep going back to. Would you say that Ocarina is your safe game?
Yeah, definitely. If I can't think of something that I want to do, or if I'm feeling, okay, I don't feel like playing Pokemon today, I don't feel like playing Stardew, I keep saying the same games. I'm sure there's other stuff as well. Or do I want to do Mario speedruns? I don't feel like doing any of those. I'm just going to do a Zelda Seed because it's easy, it's comfy, I know it, and I know people will watch it at some point.
No, that's not that. I think it's also one of those things where you feel a lot more like Mellar said, and like yourself said, it's like a lot. It's sort of the safe option where it's like, feeling a bit off today, like let's play this. I'm not, I want to sort of have to like, there's a hard part up in this game. Like, can't really get past the moment, and I don't really put too much time into it. Let me do this instead, sort of thing, and just sort of see where we go from there. So it's definitely a lot easier, like sort of having that game you can sort of sit back and enjoy, because like it doesn't have to, even this game that's like you know the story already, so you don't have to really pay attention too much to the story.
Yeah,
you can sort of just spend it's something on the background for you to talk the chat as well that way.
Yeah, there's definitely there's a kind of different vibe, isn't there, between playing a brand new game that you've never played before, even if it's an old game, it's a game that you've never played before, versus playing one that you have, especially if you're quite familiar with it. The kind of thing that I keep saying is that because I'm playing Breath of the Wild at the moment on stream, it's my second playthrough, and therefore because I kind of know how the game's laid out, I've been able to provide like channel redeems so people can like make things happen in the game, whereas obviously if it had been a first playthrough I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah.
So I mean, would you say, Kuri, that you prefer playing games on stream that you've played before, or do you prefer doing first playthroughs?
it depends on the game, really. So things like I can take Stray as an example because that recently just came out and everyone and their uncles are playing it right now. I streamed Stray on Wednesday, and I felt very different while streaming, not conscious of it at the time, but when I look back at the VOD and stuff, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see that I'm off because I deliberately avoided spoilers because it's a cat game and I don't want to know all the cute things before I see all the cute things. So I felt a bit, because when I'm streaming, I try to read every single message in the chat so that I'm interacting with everyone. I don't want anyone to feel left out. So sometimes I will stop the game to read through chat. If it's going a little bit crazy, I'll stop, I'll read through everything, and then I'll carry on playing. With a new game, I feel like that's a lot harder to do because a lot of new people that might come in on a new release day just want to see gameplay. They don't want to see someone chatting with their community for like 20 minutes. The 20 minutes is a bit extreme, but you get what I mean.
It's a tough sort of way to balance it because you're sort of like, chat interaction is such an important thing on Twitch. You're sort of like, hang out with people. You don't want people to feel left out. You don't want people to feel ignored. So you're sitting there sort of like, sort of being there with your community, being there with like sort of the family. You're sort of, you're there, but you also at the same time you're playing a game and you sort of have to try and balance between the two of them. And especially with new people coming in, you're sort of like, well, she's just talking for 20 minutes. Like, I want to see the game. So it's
she's been on the pause screen for half an hour. What's going on?
It can be a little bit difficult because you're sort of like, you're sitting there trying to talk to people and trying to like, make sure everyone, is feeling like good, and you're sort of like trying to talk about, all this, have a conversation. And it's sort of, that does sort of become like one of those things where, and Mellar, you said it before as well with Vert playing Hollow Knight, where it's like, the most fun you have is you're just sitting there, but you wasn't playing the game, it's just sitting for 20 minutes talking.
45 minutes.
45 minutes, 45 minutes the entire time you're there. But it's a case of like sometimes it is difficult to sort of balance the two. But I think that it's okay to sort of prioritize the game sometimes. Where it's like it's a new game, you're excited for it. You don't want to be spoiled. You want to. The thing about playing against the first time is you also have to enjoy them. You have to enjoy them as well. You can't sort of just focus on this, try to focus on this. You enjoy the game as you're playing it.
I've actually got a couple of off-topic questions off the back of what you've just been saying, Curry. First of all, you watch your VODs? All of them?
Not all of them, no, and not all the way through.
Okay.
I will look back at some points, say if there's something that I wanted to go and clip, and you do the typical streamer thing like, oh, someone clip that, in the hope that someone will clip it, and they don't. So you try and go back and find it, and then sometimes I'll find like, oh, I remember this, and then I just start watching myself play the game, and in my head I'll be like,
you sort of get engrossed in yourself,
You're like reliving it. It's like, oh yeah, I really enjoyed this.
It's
It
a
also
good thing.
gives
It
me
means
an
that
opportunity. Sorry.
It's a good thing. It means you're interesting.
Yeah, it gives me an opportunity to kind of monitor anything that's like the way I talk, if I enunciate enough, if I'm too close or too far away from the mic, too loud. Audio is something I struggle with a ton. So that's the main reason I watch my VODs back and stuff, just to make sure I'm not peaking, because I scream and laugh and giggle like a banshee most of the time.
I mean, there's no better way to do it. That's the thing. There's no better way to do it than just have a great time, laugh as full of a band show you want. As long as you're having a good time, that's the most important part.
I completely agree, and also I do think that we've said this on Chattisfying before. The best way to improve as a streamer, in my opinion, is to watch your VODs.
Yeah.
Because then that's how you figure out issues with audio, issues with like anything really. Video. It's easier to see things that are an issue with video during the show because you've got it in front of you, but hearing your own audio, you really can't. Even if you've got a setup like mine where you can hear the stream audio, it's not the same as watching the VOD back. Like, you don't have to watch all of it. That's insane, but it's
I kind of remember things in my head like, oh, about an hour in, I was screaming at something because it made me jump. Let me go to that bit and see what happened and that kind of stuff. So
no, I get that. I absolutely understand.
And my other follow-up question was because I've actually been struggling a little bit with this, because when I watch my VOD, sometimes I see someone with a chat message that I didn't respond to the first, like, where they're actually streaming, and I'm sitting there watching it like, I don't remember seeing that. Mellar, respond to that. Mellar, respond to that. Mellar, respond to that.
You don't respond to it either. It's like,
so annoying. It really frustrates me because I wanna respond to every single one like you guys do. How do you do it? What's your secret? Please teach me.
so you spend 20 minutes on the pause screen.
Yeah, you do. The only reason I do it the way I do it is because I watch someone else do it that way, and it's a very engaging community to be in, and they're a fantastic personality as well. And I think having the time to engage with each viewer that you have in your chat who's taken time out of their day to click on your name on a website, ask them how their day is going, ask them a random question. What kind of fizzy drink do you like? Why don't you like XYZ? Just make up random crap and just start a conversation with everyone, because then that increases other people to talk about the same topic.
Exactly. It's also one of those things where you sort of, even if you mention something, like I have this really bad way of, like, I'll just talk about anything. I mean, you've seen what it's like. It's a case of like, I don't know if anyone else, like, obviously, talking to other streamers here, I can obviously, ask you this question, see if you guys do it as well, which is a me thing. Do you ever, you sit down, say you start, I don't know, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you stream all the way to like maybe like 6, 7 at night. So you're on for maybe like 5, 6 hours, whatever. You're having a good time. Do you ever just like, you're just not there, like head's empty. You're just, you're just focused on, chat and all that sort of stuff, and you don't really remember anything that's going on. Like, you're just in autopilot for that entire stream. Because
Yeah.
I do that all the time, and I think it's a case of like I just got to that point now where talking about what you said, it's a case of like you're trying to respond to every single message. It's sort of like ingrained into you. You're sort of like want to make sure I've got every single message, not making sure I've missed anyone. And sometimes you sort of something happened in the game. It's like take a break for a second. Oh, that was I don't know. There's an explosion. It's like that was close. What's everyone saying in the chat? Just read that. All that sort of stuff. We're good. Go back to what we're doing. Or sometimes you just sort of I also reread over messages. I'll sort of go through just sort of thing, go over. It's like read this over it. That's fine. Don't worry. And then you're sort of we're good. So you sort of just double check chat to make sure you've not really missed anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the sort of thing that you're sort of talking about there, Mellar, where you're sort of like missing messages and you're sort of like wanting to make sure I respond to this.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen all the time. It just happens occasionally. I'm like,
No,
I think another way that helps when you try and not almost force yourself, but I'm going to use the words force yourself to read every single message from any person in chat. I've started making a joke out of it. Like, oh, I've got to catch up in chat. And then one of the mods will be like, oh, Curry's got to catch up in chat. What's new? Kind of like, and it becomes a laughing thing. And I'm almost known for mostly being behind in chat because I go through phases of I'll play the game for 10 minutes and be like, oh shit, I've got things to read.
I'm streaming. What?
Sorry, I forgot you were here.
You're sitting there picking your nose. You're like,
yes, oh yeah.
That's right. I'm live. Just sorry, digging for gold boy. Just
how long have you been here?
you didn't see me scratch my butt, did you?
Yeah. Did you see me sniff it after? But it's like making a joke out of it. It helps to make a joke out of yourself. Don't take everything so seriously, is what I've found. I have a myriad of hats. Would I go out in public wearing any of them? Absolutely fucking not. I will sit here in front of however many people could possibly click on my name for a split second with a turd on my head. I'll do it. And I'll make sure that people are doing okay, they're having a good day, and just do whatever. Do what feels right, and then you will feel like you're doing things right.
So what other hats you got?
If she's showing your hat, she better get the Karen wig on.
All right then.
Oh, look at those! Look at those, though.
Deal with it. I literally have a drawer of so many hats. I'm not going to get up and get them because there's too many, but I've got...
I got him to do it!
Nice hair. I tell you what, I'll wear the turd. How about that?
I have to go find a hat now.
You have to go find a hat. Go find a hat.
Frankly, that's offensive. I want to see your manager.
I have to go.
Bitch, I am the manager.
I'm just.
You can't wear that while you're working. That's unprofessional.
I decide what's unprofessional.
She's the
I'm
manager.
the
It makes sense.
What's the number of your CEO? I want the phone number, the email address.
0121 do one.
I've not heard that one in a long time.
Yeah, their phone numbers are 0800 do one.
Yeah.
You ever use that in your line of work, Mellar? You're like, oh yeah, by the way, you can call us on 0121 do one. Don't hang up.
Can't hear you while I'm wearing that.
All right.
Take my headset off. There you go.
I was wondering if you ever used that in your line of work, where you're sort of like on the phone call to a customer, he's just a really, really, really mean person. You're like, by the way, the number is 0121 do one. Just do that. That's it.
No, I don't do that.
No. Last day. That's what you should do. Last day, just. And that's it. I don't work here anymore.
But no, I have tons of hats.
What kind of hats?
Okay, I have a frog hat. I have... Actually, you know what? Let me pull up my channel point redemption list.
Amazing.
Did you say frog hat?
I did say frog hat.
Dex thing is frogs.
Am I gonna have to get the frog hat? Viewer rewards. I know I have a frog. I have a shark. I have a chili pepper. I have a Pokemon Ash Ketchum's cap. I
can be
have.
Pikachu.
Sorry.
I can be Pikachu if you want me to be, and you can be Ash.
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
Have you
I can still hear you.
have you heard Mrs. Freeze's Ash Ketchum impression? Because it's amazing.
Yes.
I love it.
It doesn't quite fit because of my hair clip, but we can make it work.
So, if you're going to be Ash, he's going to be Pikachu. Can I be Ryan Reynolds?
If you want to be.
Hell yeah, I want to be Ryan Reynolds.
But no, there's a ridiculous amount of hats. I think I have that hat somewhere in the loft.
All right,
That
chat,
looks like
sing
a
it with
Loot
me.
Crate
You
hat.
ready? I want to be the very
best.
that no
No one ever was. Da, 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 da. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause.
Sorry, I'll stop.
Ba-da-dum.
But no, there's loads. There's the banana. I've got Christmas themed ones. There's so many hats. There's so many.
Oh.
What white hats? Like, where did that come from?
Okay. So I had. Okay, this is gonna sound gross, and I don't even care. I don't shower every day because that's effort. I shower like maybe every other day, and not
Also,
all
use
the
a lot of
time.
water. You know.
Yeah. Showers take a long time.
I'm a every second day sort of person too.
Like every other day it's acceptable. Like obviously in the morning of the day that you don't have a shower, you would obviously have a quick wash in the sink and do whatever. So you don't. It's not like you're not washing for a day.
It's not like you're all stinky. It's like you're good.
You're still looking after yourself. You're being hygienic, and I don't like to wash my hair every other day. I kind of wash it every 4 or 5 days because I'm gross. And also, it's not healthy to wash your hair every day. So I'll do whatever I want to do.
Especially if you dye it, because if you dye your hair, then it's also a case of like comes out a lot quicker.
Yes,
Let me tell you that.
definitely. Yeah,
My hair used to be blue.
that.
It's like it's grey now. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That explains why you started wearing normal hats. Where did all these like special hats come in?
Yeah, so I'm getting to that. So I don't wash my hair in the shower all the time. So I bought a shower cap that was a crown.
Did you wear the shower cap on stream?
I did.
Did you actually?
I did. I did. When I first started streaming, I couldn't think of like channel point redemption things. So I thought, okay, I've got my queen hat shower cap. I'll put that on for 15 minutes if someone redeems it. And they did.
It grew from there.
And then I decided, what other hats can I buy? Amazon. So that is that. But
That's
I don't
amazing.
have the crown anymore. It got a hole in it, so I had to throw it away.
I have to admit, I have been I'm been considering other wigs as well. So
Are you?
yeah.
Once you start with one,
You can't.
that's it.
It's like
You can't
Pringles.
stop.
It's like
Exactly.
Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop.
Exactly
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Do you ever wear hats themed on what you're playing? Let's say you're playing Pokemon. Do you wear your Pokemon hat?
I have done. I've also worn the banana hat while playing Donkey Kong.
Can I just say,
goodness.
with your hat tied up like that, you look a bit like Little Bo Peep, or Little Bo Pikachu.
Oh god. Tumbleweed.
Oh jeez.
Doggo. I think you need a timeout for that, Mellar.
How dare you? Into the abyss he goes.
We run the stream now.
That's it. Welcome to the Chattisfying podcast. With me, your host,
Yeah.
Mellar 21. That's me.
22.
Mellar 22. That's me. Yes. Mellar 1998. That's me. Unfortunately, the Mellar 21 gamer tag was used, so now here I am, and it's been used so many times. I'm now Mellar 98 with an A the A is actually, you know,
The A is a 4.
the A is a 4. The E is a 3. There's like a 1-1.
Yeah.
Leet speak.
Yeah.
X, it's like small X, big X, Mellar, XX, and that's what it is.
I know someone who does that, and it makes me cringe every time I see
That's,
it.
that's old school. That's like that's your Cod Bobby stuff. It's like, oh no.
So we've managed to completely derail from the actual topic. My fault.
Wait, I mean, to be fair, this is the kind of energy that is my stream, so
Chaotic
it's kind of
energy.
I
fitting.
love
It's
it.
all, you know, it's a fine time. What can you do?
So we were talking about single game streaming versus
We were.
variety streaming. Have you got any more thoughts on that, Kuri?
I can't remember what I've said, in all honesty. If you want to do it, just do it. See how it goes. If it doesn't work out, just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Do it today, not tomorrow.
Exactly. Like if you are ever thinking, oh, okay, I'm feeling a bit stagnant. How about I try and play this? If you have confidence and enough, well, I would say enough people in a community, but that shouldn't be a factor. To ask people, okay, how would you feel about me playing this? And they either say yes or no. If they say yes, great, because you know there's some kind of interest, and that gives you that boost. But you don't necessarily need that boost to just try it anyway. If it doesn't work, you can always go back to what you did before.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, I think we've always said that, you know, 99% of streamers do it because it's fun, and it is fun.
Yeah.
And you don't stream for growth, so you should do what you want to do. If you want to just stream one game because that's what makes you happy, then do that. And if, like Kuri, you start doing that and you find out this isn't quite so much fun, do something else. You know, do what makes you happy. That's the important thing. But if you are sort of keeping growth in mind, then what you probably should do is exactly what Kuri did do, and you sort of think, out of the community that I've currently got, what would transition the nicest? You know, what would the people that already watch me probably also enjoy?
Yeah.
And that is easily the best way of sort of sliding into a bit more of variety. So you definitely went about it the right way for growth. So,
I actually have a follow-up question off of what Kuri said, actually, fair.
Yeah.
Which was, you said that obviously after, you know, it's a case of you're having to, you know, once your community is a certain size, you can ask people about, you know, polls and what they want to sort of see. Do you sort of think that you can't stream a game, like maybe you can't stream a certain game because you haven't got a large enough community sort of thing? Or do you think it's like, oh, I haven't got a large enough community, I can't stream this game yet because I'll be drowned out sort of thing?
I can use my partner Wes as an example for this, because he actually started streaming before I did, and he kind of gave up with it because he plays things like Call of Duty, Valorant, and a lot of big streamers stream that game, and no one wants to watch the little guys. So he kind of was like, yeah, this isn't for me.
Saturated, don't they say?
Yeah,
oversaturated. Yeah, they saturate.
He doesn't want to play like a niche or anything. He just wants to play what he's playing, and if people watch, then that's fine, which is a good way to think, because he's obviously not thinking about, I want to be a big time streamer person, I just want to make friends, and if people want to watch, then they can watch. That's fine. But I wouldn't say necessarily because I haven't got a certain amount of people in an offline community thing like a Discord server that I couldn't play a certain game. For me, it's nice to know in advance if people would have an interest at least. So when I said earlier, if you've got enough people in your community, then maybe do a poll. That shouldn't be a factor on how many people you have. I probably worded that the wrong way. Just ask anyone that you have, even if it's one person, 2 people, if you say to them, oh, I'm thinking of streaming Banjo-Kazooie, what do you think? Do you reckon it would be good? Do you think it would blah, 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 whatever questions you've got, and then you can get that opinion of the 1 or 2 people that you might have.
Okay,
I think having an interest, like knowing what the interest is beforehand, is nice for me, but everyone has their own way of working, I guess.
No, I understand that. I was just curious to see. Was the way you worded it? If it was like sort of, you felt
Yeah.
like you couldn't sort of do that sort of thing unless you know there was a certain amount of people sort of thing there. But it wasn't sort of like I was curious to see like sort of how you felt about that. So
like when I do a poll, sometimes I'll include more than one thing. So I'll in the back of my head, I'll be like, oh, okay, I feel like doing Wind Waker randomizer, but I'll put Stardew up and Ocarina of Time up as well, so people can pick between them, and then whatever one gets the most interest, I'll be like, oh yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
At the end of the day, you're only putting things on there that you'd be happy to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's
no matter which one it is.
There's no point in putting like a game up there on a poll that you don't want to play. You know, it's like say it wins. It's like, oh, I guess they'll play this now, sort of thing. But it's like I think polls should always be a case of like, I've used polls and Mellar. I know Mellar's used polls in the past as well, where it's like you sort of see if people are interested in this thing, and you all right?
Yeah, sorry.
Bolt just fall off your chair. Are you good? He's actually just a robot. Can you imagine? I had that happen twice. I thought my chair is broken twice. I also fought my chair though as well, so it makes sense. But
sorry, go on.
It's just a case of like sometimes you do put a poll out and it's like, do you ever get upset with sort of the outcome of the poll? Like you're sort of maybe like, oh, I want to play all these games. Then you sort of like when it wins, you're like, I don't want to play that actually. I want to play this one instead. Do you ever get that sort of thing? No,
not necessarily. There's a sense of, oh, probably would have preferred to play that game, but actually now that I know people would rather see this over that, I'm actually kind of pumped to play this.
No, I get that. Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Because it kind of gears you up for a good stream because you know that people are showing an interest. You know, people are gonna come in and interact, and it's
Yeah. So I think to sort of actually answer the sort of the pithy name of the stream, like when to take the plunge.
Whenever you like.
It's a bit of a pussy out answer because at the end of the day, only you can know the answer to that.
But
and
you
if you're
should
sitting
never
there
be
thinking,
afraid to do so.
Maybe not. Maybe it's not time yet. Keep thinking about it.
If you're unsure, keep doing what you're doing for the time being and branch out slowly but surely.
Exactly.
One thing at a time, baby steps.
Out of curiosity, if you were to obviously say you're like, I want to play one game, like just that's it. I want to just do one game from now on. Would it be Ocarina? Or would it be?
I don't know if I could go back to one game streaming.
No. Okay.
No. I know.
Interesting.
I don't think because the community that I've built off of games that isn't Ocarina of Time probably wouldn't come back.
That's also the worry, isn't it? It's like this of
do the same thing over and over again. They'd probably be like, "Oh yeah, this is boring."
What about you, Suko? Could you ever go single game?
I thought about doing a single genre at one point. I thought if I ever did one, if I want to be a variety streamer anymore, I'd go into a single genre, which would be horror. Because I absolutely love horror. It's one of those things where I'll lap that stuff up. Let it's go out of fashion. I'll keep going. But I think at a point it also becomes sort of difficult because you sort of not just for horror for example, but I feel like if you're going to do a single game, it has to have a lot of replayability to it. And then you see a lot of people who there's certain games in my opinion would be like they make great. I'm only gonna play this game on stream and that's it. Which would be like things like Monster Hunter that you can just constantly do like online stuff with friends.
Animal Crossing.
I don't know how people sit down and have like 4,000 hours in Animal Crossing because I can play it for like 2 days and that's me done. I forget what I'm doing, or it's like, oh yeah, I have to wait like a day. It's like, okay, but what do you find? I feel like Animal Crossing, to play it every single day, you have to have a lot of imagination. Today we're gonna make this little thing over here. We're gonna do this. It'll all be good. Sea of Thieves is a good one. A lot of people do Sea of Thieves, like they stick to that, or like you said, a lot of like people who play COD, Valorant, all those some sort of competitive games. I think every game, every match you play is a bit different.
Yeah.
So it's got that thing to it. Like I said, personally, I know certain people will stick to certain genres. They'll do they'll do things that are sort of, this is in the same sort of bracket, but you're sort of able to sort of expand a bit more because you've got a lot more freedom doing, say horror, for instance. You've got a bunch, like you got the entire Resi franchise, entire sort of Hill franchise. You got all these different other ones, and it's like you can just pick and choose, and like that'll last you a long, long time. And horror games are constantly coming out, all that sort of stuff. The same with other games that are like, there's always updates for multiplayer games like Sea of Thieves, all that sort of stuff. So you've always got different things. I think it's difficult to know when to take the plunge. I feel like you're very happy with the words "when to take the plunge" because every time I say it, I always see a little smirk from you, like when to take the plunge. But it's one of those things where I don't know if you want to go into it straight away or if it's one of those things you want to sort of maybe after playing a variety of streams, like or you discover a game you really like, you're like, I could play this more often. I can see myself playing this a long time. But I often find like burnout is a big thing for people who play one game at a time because it's like you're sort of sitting there and you're doing the same thing over and over again sometimes, and it can be a bit daunting and sort of frustrating. And eventually, there are communities based around that one thing, and like normally you will, if you're there long enough, people will take notice and they will come over and they're like, they're hanging out, whatever, because they love that game and the diehard fans of that game. But eventually, you sort of, it might not be a case of like people get burned out from people like in Curie's case, for instance, it was a case like playing Ocarina so much that people were sort of like getting a bit stale. But it could be the opposite way around. But the streamer thinks it's a little bit, I've been playing this so often, so much that it's kind of, I want to change things up a bit. And then I've talked to people before, like people try to escape that one box that they're in. Like people playing Pokemon, for instance. I know people who sit and they do shiny hunting all the time and they sort of play, and that's a very like long-winded thing. Like you could be sitting there for like 6 hours on a stream and you get nothing. You're just sitting there shiny hunting trying to get something. But then it then gets a little bit. I want to play a different game sort of thing. But as soon as you play a different game, people who know you for that one game don't want to. Oh, you're not playing this game.
Yes.
I'm not interested. That sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit difficult to sort of.
There's definitely an issue like it in. I'm sure there's like a single game streamers out there that have burned out and instead of going variety have just quit, which is a shame. Because
that's true as well.
Probably be great variety streamers as well, but you never know. But you mentioned obviously that you thought about just doing horror games for a while, but then decided against it. What made you change your mind?
I have too many games. I can't justify.
Pigeonhole yourself.
I can't. That too. I think it's the case of like I would love to sit down and play all these different games. Also, hold on. That's better. I was leaning back in my chair, so it's a little bit better, a little more comfortable. It's I think pigeonholing yourself. It's like it's easy enough to do, and as you do it, it's harder to get out of pigeonholing yourself because you're like, okay, now that I've had my fill of horror games sort of thing. I've had my fill of this, whatever. Like, let's go play this, and suddenly, everyone who's normally there for goes down to something else. It's like, great, cool, but I still, at the end of the day, you want to be doing something that you're enjoying.
Yeah.
And I think it's like being a variety streamer gives you the freedom to do whatever you want to do, And it's like you might want to play, you would be a variety streamer, but you also have a what's the word I'm looking for? Like you sort of gravitate towards certain types of games, sort of thing. So I normally say, I'm a variety streamer, but I also gravitate towards more horror oriented games as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that I'm specifically a horror streamer, but it also means that I will play them probably more frequently than I normally would play other types of genre.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we could all probably say something like that because we could probably say like Nintendo mostly. I could say that I gravitate towards Zelda, but I play other games, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
exactly. I get you.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair.
How about yourself? How do you feel about it? Would you ever pigeonhole yourself and go to something else, or do you think you just stick to what you're doing?
It's hard to say. Like, look, sometimes pigeonholing yourself can be good for numbers, but you don't. Like I say, I don't stream for numbers anyway. But I'm honestly more of the opinion that if what you're looking for is growth, that having a regular schedule that you keep to is more effective than singles game streaming sometimes, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly think having a decent sort of timetable, even if it's not like you're streaming all the time, as long as you're always available at roughly the same time every week.
Sometimes streaming all the time isn't the answer as well. That's the thing. Like you can't sort of. I feel like sometimes you stream all the time, people will be like, "Oh yeah, I don't have to come in for Tuesday stream because you'll be on tomorrow."
Yeah.
Or he'll be on this day, he'll be on that day, you know, or
Yeah.
she'll be on that day, you know.
There's
I feel
definitely a
like
balance to be
there's
struck there, but that's
a
a whole
balance there,
other
yeah.
topic.
That's a whole different topic in itself, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, no is the answer. I mean, I've considered focusing on something, but one thing that I've kind of always done is to focus on something for a few months and then move on. But I don't start thinking I'm going to focus on it permanently. It's always I will focus on this for a few months and then I'll move on. Prime example of that is I used to have like a Minecraft realm that people could join. We played that for like months. In fact, we ended up playing that. There was 3 different mod packs. It ended up essentially lasting a whole year. But then we got to the end. We moved on.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know, and because of the way that I stream at the moment, I stream basically only 6 hours every week, 1 6-hour stream. If every time I pick up a game, it lasts months anyway, so it's almost like every single game is its own project in a way.
No, exactly. Especially since you're doing like Breath of the Wild, it's like a 185 hour game sort of thing. You're sitting there like, I do 6 hours a week sort of thing. That'll last you maybe about a year. You know, it's like that. A problem there, you know.
Well, we've been going
So
for
it's-
about 10 weeks, but I
10
think I
weeks
feel
now,
like
it's
we're
like,
starting to come to the end of it now.
Oh really? Oh
Yeah.
wow. You're actually getting through it quite quickly. Are you playing it off stream as well? Or are you doing everything on stream?
Pretty much everything on stream, just a few bits of like cooking off stream because cooking is boring.
It's good music though. It's very
Yeah.
good music. I like the cook music.
It's a little bit ASMR-y, isn't it? It's sort of lots
It
of
is,
like
yeah.
ticks and yeah.
What about you, Kuri? Do you think that like if you decide to play a game on stream, are you gonna like say there's maybe there's a part or something, or if you do something off stream, like are you gonna like crafting or cooking and like that? Are you gonna do all that sort of stuff off stream? Or are you gonna like make sure everything you do is like you're only gonna play that game solely on stream?
I try to do everything on stream because I feel like I'm cheating on my community if I'm playing it offline. But we have a mutual agreement that whenever we do Pokemon content, I will level Pokemon off stream because
The
that is
boring stuff.
so boring.
Yeah.
I get you.
But
That's true.
anything storyline, if there's anything to do with the story, no.
Yeah,
I will
I'm with you on
always
that.
try and do it on stream.
Yeah, you never continue the story off stream. It's only like little grindy bits, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like going back and getting collectibles, that sort of stuff. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Back when I did 100% Final Fantasy X, that was another project
wow.
that took like 6 months.
Did you
But-
get all the weapons, like all the? Oh,
And I
that was
killed
what stopped me from
Tenants
playing.
without
It's just
Zamato,
something like-
which
Yeah.
took about an hour and 10 minutes just for penance.
That's
That
what
was
stopped me
fun,
from
but-
playing Final Fantasy X. It was
Well-
I got to the part where I'd like ride a chocobo to get balloons, and I was like, I'm not doing this.
That
can't-
is,
I'm
I
not doing
hate
it. I'm not
that
doing
mini
it.
game. It's so rage inducing. But actually, I ended up doing. I tried it a couple of times on stream, but I was like, because I don't rage very easily. But I was like, if I keep doing this, I will throw my controller through the screen. So I'm doing this off stream, and I did like all the blitzball because it's so boring to watch. I
couldn't
just
figure
did
out
all the
blitzball.
blitzball off stream.
I couldn't
I
figure
hate
it out. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I ended up falling. I was like, oh, I'll do this off stream, whatever. Falling in for it, I still fucked up. I was like,
The thing is with blitzball is that even if you know what you're doing, it's still shit.
it is, yeah. And there's some people who like, oh, blitzball's great. It's like, in what world do you think blitzball's great?
It's just numbers. It's really boring. It's just the same thing over and over and again. It's oh my god, it's so dull. Do you do Final Fantasy at all? Like, do you? So you
No.
don't
I
have
haven't got
no
a
idea
clue what any of you are talking about. I'm just like, haha, yeah.
I didn't play. I didn't
For the record, Final Fantasy X is my second favorite game of all time. I think it's amazing. It's the only Final Fantasy game that I love. All the rest, I'm like, take it or leave it.
You got upset when I didn't finish
But-
it.
Yeah, but the side missions in that are terrible.
I
The
prefer
main
7.
quest is 10 out of 10.
Personally.
But
I would recommend it if you ever wanted to get into a Final Fantasy game, or like, I always like when I grew up, I was like when I was growing up, I was like I want to get into the series. Like, I heard so many things like people think like grew up with games. And it's like, oh, I want to do this when I get older. I want to get into this sort of thing. And some people were like, wow, or some people were like, Final Fantasy for me, for instance, or like always a lot of different games. And I was like, oh, I'll play this. And I was very shaky at the start of it because I played 13.3 first. And I was like, this is not a good idea. And then I went and played a little bit of 15 when it came out. I was like, okay, cool. And then I eventually settled on 7 when the remake came out. I was like, oh, I'll play this. And I loved it. I was like, go back to the original one. That's it. And I finally got into it. I finally found my slot. And then I played 10 afterwards. I was like, can't play finished. I can't do this. It was too in my opinion, it was too close to when I finished 7. So I was like still expecting like all these things, but everything has changed and all the characters are different. I was like, I hate them. It's not Cloud or Aerith. I don't like it.
I had a similar experience, but the other way around. I started with 10, went to 7, and I did kind of enjoy it, but I was like,
How dare you? Oh, you agree? Do you think is there a game that you make? Maybe you played Ocarina, right? And then maybe you went and played Majora's Mask. Like, oh, this isn't Ocarina though. You know? Have you got games like that?
I actually have Breath of the Wild as a prime example for that. So when Breath of the Wild first came out, I was like, oh, new Zelda game, let's go. And then it was really different to what I'm used to in terms of a Zelda game, because it was the first ever kind of partially open world game. There's no linear story. Eventually you have to get all of the beasts and then go to the castle. Does it matter what order you do it in? No. But I'm not used to games like that, so I played about half an hour of it. I was like, I don't like it. It's weird.
There's no direction sort of thing.
Yeah, that you do what you want, and it doesn't feel right because I'd never played a game like that before. So I was very set in. This isn't anything like Ocarina of Time. Yes, they're like 20 years apart, but in terms of like, you need to go here to get this, then here to get that, then here to get this, and then you're done. I didn't know what to do. It was too overwhelming. And then a couple of years later, I gave it another try. I was like, actually, this is probably my second favorite sort of game.
I had a kind of opposite experience because I didn't think it was going to be very good. I've historically not been that keen on open world games. And I was like, well, I'm going to have to try it eventually. It's a Zelda game. Yeah. But then I played Skyrim and I enjoyed that. And I was like, well, if I enjoyed Skyrim, maybe I should give Breath of the Wild a go. And I sort of started it thinking, not sure if I'm going to like this. And I just loved it immediately. I was like, this is amazing. This is exactly what I always wanted in an open world game that those other games didn't have. And I didn't realize until now, you know, I just loved it. I thought, this is amazing. This is the best thing ever. It's probably my maybe second favorite. Not sure, maybe Wind Waker.
Is Wind Waker open world as well? No. I feel like if you're on a boat, you'd have quite a lot of the ocean to explore now.
You can,
or is that not?
You can go wherever you like, but the story funnels you in one direction constantly. Yeah.
And it's funny you mentioned about Skyrim as well, because the reason I did not like Breath of the Wild was because of Skyrim.
Oh, really?
So I played Skyrim. I had no idea what I was doing. This was back when it came out on the Xbox 360 or whatever.
I too have no idea what I'm doing with Skyrim. Don't you worry.
It's an annoying game.
I was like
sometimes.
Some level 2 little humany lizard thing, and I was walking around. I walked in a direction, and this ogre come out of nowhere, smacked the crap out of me. I went flying.
In the sky.
I died. I was like, yeah, this isn't for me. And because I know that that's more of an open world game, as soon as I realized Breath of the Wild was kind of open world, I was like, You
had that sort of same worry. But doesn't Breath of the Wild scales with you though, isn't it? Like if you get stronger, the game gets like it doesn't matter what
but it doesn't tell you that.
No.
Yeah, because I think that's the problem with like Skyrim and that sort of stuff. Where it's like you could be level 2, like Kuri said. You go off to like this area, and it's like for level 35 people, but you don't know this. You just absolutely wreck your shit. But in Breath of the Wild, it's like you can go anywhere, but like as you level up, the everything else levels up. So it's a little bit more balanced that way, I think.
Yeah, well, the sort of open world experience I'd had before that was games like Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain. And I really like Metal Gear Solid 4 because I like linear story games. And then Metal Gear Solid 5 starts like that. First hour and a half, amazing. And then all of a sudden it just opens up and it's like, okay, now go. You may go wherever you like. And it's like, right, so you're in the middle of a desert, literally a desert. And all of the sort of places you can go are all just towns in the desert. So everything looks exactly the same. All of the towns that you can go in, the mission is to go in and either kill someone or rescue someone. So all of the missions are exactly the same. I was just like, this is boring. It's just the same thing over and over again in literally a desert. It all looks the same. It all sounds, it's crap. And I played about 3 hours of that game and I was just like, I'm done. See you later. And that was my experience of open world games. I kind of assumed that they're all like that, but they're not.
Sometimes I think my problem with Skyrim as well was the fact that there were so many side quests, and I'm a bit of a side quest person. If there's a side quest, I want to do it before we go into the next thing.
Yes.
But if you walk around the entire world, there's like 140 of them, and I'm like, I'm gonna just go over here and find some berries with this person. It's like, what's the quest? Oh, there's a dragon that's going back. Oh, I'll get these berries first and come back. Oh, this person wants some sheep hair. Oh, perfect. I can go and do that. And then you just get lost in side quest. I have to go and like take over a throne. It's like, don't know what I'm doing.
One trope that I absolutely love that Skyrim does like so bad but so well is the whole like you do all of the big side missions and you're basically like the emperor of the world. You're like the leader.
You show the last boss battle. It's like bang, you're dead. And I was like, all right, that's it.
You're the head of the Senate. You're the high septon of the whatever and all this kind of thing. It's amazing. It's like, and then you go for the last boss and you're just like, unk.
Exactly it, yeah. But I feel like there's gotta be I think everyone's encountered a game where like they've not been like powerful enough to go and do it, so then they go off and do side quests, and then it gets grained into them they have to do side quests. So every game you go and do the side quests first, and then you come back to it.
Yeah, because no game should ever boil down to grinding.
No game
Unless
should be
it's an
I have to do this
MMORPG.
to then go right here.
All right, so we move on to segment 3 then.
Segment 3.
All good?
Yep.
Well, good.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So let's flip a coin and decide first of all which game we're going to play. So heads is going to be contextual chattification,
Oh god.
and tails is follow, sub, or dip. Let's flip the coin.
Drum roll.
It's tails. We're playing follow, sub, or dip.
Follow, sub, or dip.
Every time.
I love that. Right.
Every time.
So if you're just listening, now is a brilliant time to draw your eyes to the screen because we're going to start watching some clips. This is our clip game, follow, sub, or dip. Basically, we're going to watch 9 clips from 3 different streamers, and we're going to decide which one of the streamers we would follow, which one we would sub to, and which one we would would leave. Out of the 3, after we've watched each 3 clips, we'll have a chat about how we feel about the streamer that we've just watched. But we won't say whether we'd follow, sub, or dip until the very end, and we've watched all 9 clips. Any questions?
I'm pretty good.
Hi, pretty good. I'm Dad.
So this is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't have nice things. This is
You're
why
always professional. What do you mean? You know, you know what? You can stay.
Hippo wouldn't stand for this. I can't believe you do this to me.
Are we all loaded up with clip number 1?
And just double check. Let's get all these clips.
The like
out.
URL is naughty gluten-free dad swift rage.
Give me 2 seconds. Getting the
Free
last
dad,
one
let's
sorted.
go.
Gluten-free meat. Let's go, boys. Okay.
Okay, are we ready with this?
Should be good. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Play that clip.
All I want to do is what Speed's doing. Speed doesn't want to stream because it's stressful. F-based FPS got the logs, yeah. Speed is just playing mini games. Has he played ranked today? Oh, just a bunch of custom games. Well, this was last stream. My god. Look at all the fucking custom games he's been playing. Custom game, custom game, custom game. Stream was supposed to start at 8 o'clock, boys. Clip it and ship it. You can add Speed in his Discord and make him feel bad.
Jesus. Oh, goodness.
What?
Pardon?
What?
I just that clip. I was like, all right, goodness.
All right, we'll move on to clip number 2. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm good.
All
Yeah.
good, Curry?
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Well,
Play
I'm
that.
against Sarah, though.
Hey boys, how's it going?
There's a lot of yelling. Raymond, I'm gonna give you a hint. This guy has an ability. It's called hook. Oh my god, Raymond, how many times?
I'm dying!
Raymond, keep playing.
Oh my god!
Raymond, keep playing. Dude,
Oh,
Timing.
goodness. Timing.
Right. Hey, Maury, you say, well, what a clip. Do you mean the first one or the second one? Shall we move on to the third?
We should move on to the third.
All right.
Yep.
Third clip. 3, 2, 1. Play that
Oh,
clip.
Stars is. Yo, Stars is dumpstering. What in the world? Did he just die?
First blood.
Okay.
Have fun.
Oh.
That's a yikes, dude.
Okay, you need to clip that finger. Holy shit.
Do any of you guys know what happened in that clip?
No.
I mean,
I
I've
have
played
no-
Dota and I have no idea.
I think someone rage quit. I think someone's like they put the game but paused or whatever because someone did something and someone died. I don't know. I don't play Dota. I have no idea.
I think it's
Are you good?
someone killed someone, and then that person just quit. It was like,
Seems that way, yeah.
Right. I completely didn't get that at all. All right. So, without saying whether you'd follow sub or dip, Suko, do you want to go first on this one?
Yeah, I'll go first. I didn't really understand the first or first or third clip, sorry, because it's the case of like the first one. Obviously, he's just trying to get his friend to come on and stream or something. He's like, "Oh, send this to him to make him feel bad," sort of thing. Like sort of coax him into it, peer pressure. Here I am. And then the third one, sorry. It was sort of just like there was something happened. Like I guess someone killed somebody, and then that was it. That was the end of the game, and someone rage quit, and that was the game got paused. Like, oh, we won, sort of thing. But I'm not too sure. I kind of like I think it's a very like obviously he's not using face cam for a lot of it, which doesn't really make things sort of stand out. Like it's if you're playing Dota and Dota's quite a popular game, nothing's really going to make you sort of stand out in that in the category by like everything just looks the exact same. There's nothing really different, sort of thing. At least in the first one, he had sort of a little face cam in the bottom. In the down the bottom thing with like a little goal of like that's crunches. So I assume he's doing exercise every time maybe he dies, every time someone subs, anything like that. There's probably something there's sort of goal sort of going on there. But that's sort of that's that. That's what I think about that.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Kuri? What do you reckon?
I can I don't know anything about Dota 2. I know that Wes plays it a bunch. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what you're supposed to do. So it's hard for me to know kind of what kind of went on. The second one is kind of obvious, I think, as Suko kind of said, like something like you can hear what he's saying and it happens and it's like, oh yeah, good timing kind of thing. But the other two, it's a little bit, it could be taken out of context. The first one specifically, it could be positive as a joke with the community. It could be negative because of peer pressure and all of that. But it's hard out of context to understand what kind of happened. The third one,
That's the game.
Don't have a clue. I don't know. It looks like someone rage quit, and it's like, oh yeah, haha. They're kind of taking the mick a little bit.
Yeah, I have to admit, I think I've figured out what the third clip is because someone died, and then they're like, "Quit Dota," and then leave.
Okay.
You're shit. Quit Dota. There you go.
So it's sort of like so that clip's being toxic, sort of thing.
It's someone else being toxic, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay. Because I started to sort of figure out the some of the clip. Maybe the first clip kind of feels like it's just one of those random. Sometimes you get random clips where someone just hit the clip button, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing like there. It kind of feels like the first one was kind of like that a little bit.
Yeah.
But it also has, I guess, it has like a little bit like he says like, "Oh, clip it, just send it to this person," sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I got that kind of feel from the first clip as well.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a bit of a shame because it feels like in actual fact because the clip of each streamer is relatively randomly chosen. It's literally it's like their most viewed clip in the last 30 days, their most viewed clip of all time, and then something near the most viewed clip of all time, and then I'll just skip to the next one if there's something like TOS or something in it. And it seems like this kind of selection of clips is a bit unlucky, because I really actually think the only good, like, the only clip here that I would think is worth clipping is the second one.
The second one, yeah. I would have thought so as well.
The first one
the
is
timing of it was just like on par.
Yeah, the first one's just some banter between mates, and the third one's just some guy being a dick online. It's not really interesting and really anything that needs to be clipped or anything. I mean, one thing that immediately sort of drew my eye, which is a bit ironic, is that like, in the first clip, his cam is so small.
It's tiny.
He's tiny in the thing as well.
Normally, if you make your cam smaller, you want to be like, sort of not sort of fill the space, but you sort of be like, you want to be like viewable and actually someone will see. Like I know, people having like a more minimalistic sort of thing, sort of layout. They sort of, they're sort of a small sort of box in the corner, but at least you can sort of see them. This man's like, you're a small box. I'm smaller.
It's like that here.
Yeah, it's like that sort of thing. Yeah, exactly.
I genuinely think that unless you're literally in like the top 0.01 like shroud kind of level, then the main part of the stream isn't the game, it's the person, and you want to be able to see them. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't get great vibes from this. I mean, it's kind of a Dota thing, I suppose, isn't it? But I felt some toxicity in there, maybe.
No, I felt the same sort of thing. It's also, I definitely know what you mean.
Yeah. All right, should we move on then to clip number 4?
Yes.
All right, brilliant. So 3, 2, 1, play that clip.
I'll go.
No! I was there!
Oh no.
I wonder what he was doing over there.
He's like, no, I was over there. Let me quickly just get my cooking real quick. What's going
Grab
on
a cookie.
I was there. Let me get my. That's just it,
And we'll move on to clip number 5.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, play that clip.
Is that not easy? Easy. Oh, not one of these again. Stop it. Stop it. Right, get off. Honestly, get off. I can't believe, like, we're still going. Am I going to get through here? Get out my way. Honestly. What is this? Right, I've fallen again. Am I going backwards? Why am I back here again? Where do you go? Where do you go? This has got... Right, we're as bad as it... Is this the right way? I just did this. The arrows are going that way. Oh my days. This is pathetic. Right. Okay, I've worked out the way now.
Okay. And then clip number 6. 3, 2, 1, play that clip.
Oh, blueberries everywhere. The blueberries are everywhere. We need one more person to get out. Who's it going to be? Ow! It's me! That person is me! I was smacked in the face by a massive blueberry and I fell off. If that blueberry wasn't there, I was cruising.
Amazing. So without saying whether you'd follow sort of a dip, Kuri, what did you make of that?
Very good vibes overall. All of them were pretty funny and classic kind of Fall Guys content. You kind of understood what happened in each one, so it doesn't matter whether you're a new person kind of checking out that category and clips and stuff. I actually giggled at all of them.
All good. Shall we, Suko, do you want to go?
Yeah, I think that honestly, I agreeing with what Kuri said. They're pretty funny. Obviously, there was a lot of like the first one. He was winning. He knew it was going. He's like, I'm going to do it. I made it. He just whiffs it, and that's it. He's gone. That's it. He's showing them the way that city's over with. The second one, obviously, they're adding new content to Fall Guys all the time, so it's understandable they'll not have played every single map. So he's a little bit lost, but still, it was pretty funny just watching. He's walking around the wrong way. It's like, oh no, what can you do? And then the last one just sort of it was one of those things where it's like here, someone's got to lose, it's me, never mind, and just like it was very much like sort of talking about it, and suddenly it hits you in the face, pretty much by a blueberry. But no, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I think that I quite like that he's got a different sort of camera style going on there. Like a lot of sort of people just have like the normal just a box in the corner or something like that. But he sort of changed it up a little bit. Even sort of if I'm correct, they just there's even sort of an animation of it like going round. Like it's sort of the color itself actually animates around it, so he's put a lot of work into sort of that sort of stuff. Yeah, and it's not too big, it's not too much. It's like you're still on the screen. It's like taking up your spot. Got a little bit at the bottom, sort of saying followers and subs, all that sort of stuff, which is it's nice to have. Letting people know they're they're saying that they're appreciated, that they're here, sort of thing, that they're shown on stream. And it's just a nice sort of it's a nice little setup he's got going on there.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I should just mention that this was pulled. We let the guest Kuri decide the rough sort of viewer average of the clips, and this is 20 to 40. The reason I mentioned that is because man's got the Shure SM7B. That is a £500 microphone right there.
Wow.
Hence his audio is pretty nice.
It's very nice, to be fair.
Yeah,
it's very, very nice.
I like his setup. It's very he's got a lovely balance in that he's got quite a clean, I know you've got that one. He's got quite a clean sort of overlay, but it's not super minimal. There's bits and pieces. I love the fact that he's got the masked the circular camera instead of just a square one. I love the animation around it. It's amazing. I really like his commentary. I love his commentary on the gameplay. A bit disappointed that in none of the 3 clips we didn't see him interactive with chat. I'd love to see what he's interacting with chat. But yeah, overall, I love the fact he's got a nice background, but he doesn't make too much out of it. And yeah, I love it. Actually, I really like pretty much everything about that. I'd like to see maybe another game as well, not all just the same game. Yeah. You can't have everything, eh?
That's true. Yeah, that makes sense. But no, I think you're right. It's definitely. I think seeing him interact with chat would have been nice. It's obviously you don't get to see it from these clips, but then it's also one of those games where you sort of have to do focus on it a bit more than you sort of normally would. If it's a story game, you can sort of pause, touch chat, sort of thing. But Fall Guys is very multiplayer, very much you're focusing on the game and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Even in between rounds, you can still talk the chat and stuff, but it's it's a little bit difficult, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right, shall we move on then to clip number 7?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. 3, 2, 1, play that clip.
So smart. So smart. Some would even say that she is girl bossing school. There you go.
I wish I knew what the hell that meant.
Yeah.
I feel like a right old man.
I'm 23. I don't know that, man.
Girl bossing school, did he say?
It's some. I'm gonna say the oldest I've ever said in my life. It's some sort of hip stuff that's up with the kids nowadays. I don't know. You get to that age where you just sort of what are you talking about?
Bro, you're 10 years younger than me. You can stop that right now.
People don't say cool anymore. What? That's pretty cool. What do you mean it's not cool? It's lit? What does lit mean?
I had a girlfriend once that used to laugh at the fact that I called my mates and I called each other dude and man and stuff. They were you call each other man. I was like, shut up.
Leave me alone.
Oh, goodness.
Should we move on to clip number 8?
Yes, let's go.
Excellent. So 3, 2, 1.
I'm doing a lot of different things right now, to be honest. But right now, we are clearing the Iron Golem infection that has somehow taken over our base. Has anyone defeated the Ender Dragon? I think Loftus has. Throwback time. I know, this song is a freaking banger. I love this song. I love this song. Oh shoot.
Whoops.
Oh no.
There go my blue.
My man got hit so hard he got a crash at the server.
Well, I assume he was playing hardcore, so you get kicked off, don't you, once you die?
Oh, is that what it is?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh.
Whoops.
Ah.
All right, shall we move
Okay.
on to the last clip?
Can I do it this time?
Yeah, go
Can I
on.
see? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Play that clip.
That's so much more work. Wait, so if I could just do this, right? Oh, I killed it. Oh. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Can I do it?
All right.
Can I do it?
What's that tapping noise in the clip?
Is there a tapping noise
There's a tapping noise in the clip.
I think it's the music in the background.
at the end?
That's so much more work. It wasn't me.
Oh, it's like a metal sort of
Yeah,
clang.
I don't think it's part of the music.
I'm not sure if it's part of the music or not, but it does sound very much like someone's like hitting something.
I did.
Not too sure.
Interesting. All right then. So again, without saying whether you'd follow, sub, or dip, Kurili, what did you reckon?
I relate to this person so much. It looks like the last one, they had a problem with their overlay, perhaps, where they switched to the wrong scene or something, which I have done so many times. I can't even remember what the first clip was. Oh, the first clip I didn't quite understand. I'm not sure. I think we covered all of that. After the first clip, it was like, what's he even talking about? What does it even mean? It's nice to see that he has chat on his overlay, though. So when the clips do get out of date, it doesn't store the chat on the side of it on the webpage. You can still kind of see and try and get context of what's going on, but straight over my head. And the second one is, yeah, I've done that so many times. I completely relate with this person. I am just as clumsy as they are. I resonate with them on all levels. And it's nice to see. It's nice to see that they're playing a community game. Whether they're playing with the community, I don't know. Because Minecraft is very. You can have your own servers and all sorts. But maybe same with the Fall Guys one, and you could even say with the Dota one as well. It'd be nice to see perhaps a different game.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Suko.
I think that chat interaction very, very good. You've seen him talking to chat very, it seems like he's very, very like, talking to chat, doing his own thing, easily being able to balance everything. The second clip being, changing scenes by mistake. It's like, oh, what can you do? All that sort of stuff. The timing on that clip as well, where you're sort of like, oh, don't worry, I'll do it, and then suddenly it's like you get killed, and then you're kicked out. It's like. Great,
GG's.
The first clip, I don't really understand what the first clip was about, honestly. Like the girl bossing thing, I guess it's a new thing people are saying. And this is coming from like someone that is young. I didn't keep with girl. I don't know what girl boss. I've heard the term before, but I don't know what it means. It's like sort of like, yo, you go, sort of queen, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he's talking about someone actually. I think there's someone else in his world with him. And you can see someone down there, but I don't know if that is a case of like that is someone's done something like, oh, they're commenting that person or something. But no, I get that. They're also, they're lovely talking about chat. They seem very wholesome, very nice. They seem to, I don't know if it is a theme with these clips or not, but these also seem like people, every single one of them seem like people who just focus in the one game.
Yeah.
Like it seems like today's topic when to take the plunge. It's a case I feel like all these people are very much like they just play this one game and that's what they're good at, sort of thing, and that's what they're known for. That's what it feels like, at least.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion on it. But I think that the overlay is nothing too special. It's just face cam in the corner. things aren't really a bit different. I did notice, some transitions, like whereas like things are moving about the screen a little bit more sort of flowy, which is it's nice to see. It's not just a case like you're just straight cutting to something, straight cutting to this. It's like actually put some effort into like moving scenes and changing scenes. So it's nice, but it's interesting as well. I think for sure.
Yeah. I am actually quite at the layout of the overlay in the first clip. Overall, it's quite kind of nice. It's got a little thing on the bottom right, and it's got chat underneath his thing. It's probably going to be hard to keep up with the chat because it's quite small. It'll probably move up quite fast, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's got like his transitions, and he's probably got some sort of Stream Deck thing for the moving from the one screen to the full thing in just, you know what I mean, and all that. It's good. Maybe turning the gate up so we can't hear whatever that tapping noise is.
That one, yeah. I'm not sure if that was part of the music, if that was something else going on, but yeah,
I'm almost certain it was background.
It sounds like it's got a rhythm to it, but I could be wrong. Could be his computer breaking.
Could be.
Yeah, I definitely get good vibes from this guy's like chatting to his chat. It's good.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like he's pretty chill.
Yeah. So let the hammer fall then. So out of these three streamers that we've just watched, Kuri, which one would you follow? Which one would you sub? And which one would you dip?
I would probably dip from the first three. Just because... well, I don't want to say it's because of their content, because I don't know what Dota 2 is. Without taking content into consideration, what game they're streaming or anything, the way they kind of came across in the first clip was kind of a red flag for me, because you can't tell what the context is in terms of, clip this and send it to him and add him on Discord. That's depending on how many people is watching at the time. If that person then go and gets like 50 odd notifications in the space of 10 seconds, I'll be like, what the hell is going on? And it's, I probably wouldn't want to stay very much. I'm trying to refresh my memory on the other one. I would probably follow the second lot, the Fall Guys ones, just because I like a bit of Fall Guys. And it's good content. Yeah, the chat or word interaction isn't. You can't see it because there's no chat on the overlay. You can't see the chat in the clip. You're not really sure what's going on. But then you can't really focus on chat too much with Fall Guys because it is so intensive. But it's very much that comfy, chaotic kind of vibes. Like, who's gonna be the next one to go? It's me. Shit, kind of. That's nice. That's a nice area to be in. And I would probably sub to the last ones just because they're so interactive and comfortable with their chat, and it's a very nice place to be in. They care about how their content looks out of context and try to add as much context to it as possible with the chat and their overlays. And fair enough, not all of it will make sense. We're going back to girl bossing. Whoosh. But it's still, you get a nice kind of vibe from it. They're playing obviously with a friend because you can see them on the screen. They have the community in their minds, and it just feels like a nice place to be. And if they make mistakes like in the last clip, whatever went on, they own it.
Yeah. Amazing. What about you, Suko?
I would probably sub to the Fall Guys man. He seems very lovely. Seems that even though he didn't know what he usually doing on certain maps, he seems pretty like chill and pretty wholesome. Quite like him a lot. I like the way that his overlay and stuff looked, and it's very it seems very welcoming. I did quite enjoy that sort of inertia sort of area. I don't know if inertia is not really the right word. The obviously didn't see much chat interaction, but it's like it might just be one of those things where you can just sort of put up on the side. You know, you're sitting busy doing something else. You know, it's nice to have someone up on the side of the screen sort of thing. He seems very chill. I dip from the first guy because it's just sort of not really my vibe. I not really enjoy that sort of. Well, it's not just the game, but just in general. Like, doesn't seem like the sort of person I would really get on with or really want to get to know. He seems like it's very peer pressure. If that was like sort of, if that wasn't sort of the idea of that clip, then I apologize. It's not really what that's how I sort of interpreted it. It's case like, he was like, oh, this person isn't on, get him on right now, like, go and bother him sort of thing. If that person could be going busy doing other stuff, you don't know what's going on with them. And not everyone wants to play a game all the time, so it's a case of like not really kind of fair to try and get someone on. Like if you're not in a bad way, if you're streaming because you want people to come and play with you, like if you want people to come with you so you can stream it, it's like, can you not do it on your own as well? So like do it without this person, It's not like you two are doing it together. I think it's like this person's always with me, but it's like you gotta also be able to do stuff on your own as well. And then probably follow the last guy as well, because he seems pretty chill. He seemed pretty like laid back. Like chat interaction's really good. He, like you said, like when something goes wrong, owns it pretty well. He just seems to, he seems like an alright sort of person, very chill, very wholesome as well. Definitely someone that you can sort of put on and sort of maybe fall asleep to as well, because you're sort of, it's the nice sort of vibe, nice sort of like chill music.
Yeah. And
it's a very easy game to sort of like, everyone sort of knows Minecraft. It's just like, a very interesting thing to do. And just sort of, it seems like sort of more sort of a theme there as well. So it seems like there's talking about base and all, there's you got the space and there's like there's people attacking the base sort of thing. It seems like there's almost like a narrative to that situation as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, myself, definitely I'll throw it straight out there. I think to be honest, out of the three, the easy dip is the first dude. He's probably absolutely fine, but out of the three, even though I kind of know what's going on in Dota 2, I'm not that interested in it anymore. And I was getting a few vibes from those clips. Maybe it's fine, but that's kind of the point of the game. The other two, though, kind of tricky. I actually I'm struggling a little bit out of which one for the follow and which one for the dip, because I like them both a lot. I normally would value chat over gameplay, but I think I'll probably give the sub just about to Cool Guys Dude. I really like his overlay. It's like it's clearly a lot of thought that's gone into it, and like he's got he's also looks like he's put the money into the microphone, which is always a good idea. So yeah, and I like his commentary as well. So I could quite easily, like, even just from the from these clips, I could easily have him like on in the background and lurk and really enjoy the stream. But actually, it's probably really good with chat as well. Like Kuri was saying, all of these clips are kind of in the middle of a match where you wouldn't necessarily be focusing on chat. So maybe in between games, he's amazing with chat too. So that would be my kind of hope there. And then, yeah, as much as I really liked the third guy with the chat interactivity, which is, I don't think he quite got there so he gets the follow. Yeah, I like his. I like the fact that there's, even though he's playing Minecraft, I do like the fact that all three clips are very different. So I definitely enjoy my time there, but yeah, he'll get the follow rather than the sub.
No, I think that's absolutely. I think that's a really good way of picking them. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's play
contextual chattification.
Of course, he's gonna do that, isn't it? Of course, he
So I know one of these clips is dodgy as well.
We're playing another sub game. So again, if you're just listening, brilliant time to bring your eyes to the screen. We're going to watch some of Kuri's clips now, and
I apologize in advance.
I'm looking forward to this. Right, clip number one then. 3, 2, 1. Play that clip.
Frost came into my anus. No.
You did what, Nicky?
We got personal, okay?
You did what now on Twitch.tv? You did what? Something got frosty.
Have a
Let me
guess.
tell you that. Something got frosty. Let me tell you that.
Is that it? Is that a Christmas pud?
It is a Christmas pud. It's one of my Christmas themed hats.
Has it got eyes on it, or is
It
that?
does have googly eyes.
Blue eyes on it, yeah.
Do you want to guess the context of that, Suko?
I think the context of that was there was no context. It was taken out of context because the little miss over here said something by mistake.
I get the
and
cane
suddenly
bit
it's
because you're talking about someone coming to you, but where did the anus come from?
So
where
if you
did
look,
the anus come from?
if you look at chat, someone
Exclamation mark my anus, right?
types in exclamation mark my anus, and from Shock Horror, Ocarina of Time, Twin Rover, when they are arguing at the end, they're going meh, 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 meh. And if you listen really carefully, it sounds like they're saying my anus over and over again.
Right.
So when someone does exclamation mark my anus, that sound plays, and then Frost, one of the people in chat, Final Frost, appeared at that time as it was going my anus, my anus. Hence, I said Frost came into my anus, and then immediately regretted it.
Realized what you said. And it's like, uh-oh, here we are.
Oh,
I love how actually innocent it is.
It is. I was literally just like, oh, Frost is here because he doesn't come very often, and that sentence in itself was a bit.
Do you know what?
He doesn't appear in chat very often, so it was nice to see
Probably
him.
appears in your ears quite a lot, though.
I actually think that the context makes that funnier because can we watch that again?
Yeah, I'll watch it again.
Feel free.
3, 2, 1, play that clip.
Frost came into my anus. No!
You can briefly hear the
It's
sound
the-
effect within the first second as well.
It's the instant no, and that's
It's instant. I was
The
just
eyes
like,
go,
no.
wait a
Wait
second.
a minute. If I'd have just let it go, no one probably would have noticed.
Oh, people would have noticed.
Oh, people, no.
People
You can't-
definitely would have
But
noticed.
You can't hide that. You can't hide that. I once, I was reading something out in chat, and suddenly it was like, Mellar's probably seen it a million times. It was in my little challenge there. I was like, "Oh, choke me, daddy." Wait a second. Hold on a second here.
Seen that.
And that was it. That was it for me. I couldn't escape. I was like, well, I got to embrace it. That's it. But no,
Oh, I got
you're
Bray
not,
the
you're,
other.
not, you're not getting out of that.
He was-
What makes that funnier as well is that Final Frost didn't actually realize until about 20 minutes later what I had said.
Frost was proud after.
Oh, mate, that's so funny. I love that. I got Bray the other day because he was playing a game with a character called Kenny in it. And I said, Alpha Kenny body. And he read it out and I clipped it. I was like, oh, really?
I have one person. He's very near and dear to my heart. He's actually one of my mods. He'll come in and he'll be like, "Oh, like this person." Like, for instance, I was playing GTA. I was going through stream mode or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, you hear Loose Assel died?" I went, "Oh, who's Loose Assel?" And it's Loose Assel. Or there was I was playing Dead by Daylight, and he's like, "Oh, Mike, what was it? Mike," and then it was Ku, and then Chi, and then Harry. And I read it, like, "Oh, Mike Harry. Oh, fuck," you know. And it's like, "Oh, you remind me of Ben Jerkenhoff." Like, "Oh, who's Ben Jerkenhoff?" It's like, here I am again, you know. He's absolutely gets you. And it's like some of those clips is like it's one of those ones where it's like, dude, I've been
How
got.
you're remembering all of these off by heart is
I used them though.
mind-blowing.
That's why I remember them. I remember that one. I'll keep that one for later.
Oh, that's amazing. Let's move on to the next clip.
That was peak, by the way. That was the best one.
We'll find out, won't we?
All right, 3, 2, 1, play that clip.
Benny, look, we're doing it.
Benny, go away.
Benny, you're not doing it anymore.
What?
Oh no.
What?
Oh, this is the fucking Sonic at the end. Oh no.
Yes, the sound effect. That's the one redeemed in chat.
Which star was that? Because is that the red gold, the red gold coins, the red coins?
Yes.
Because that one's quite a bitch to get.
Yep.
It's the same energy as the guy from Fall Guys. He's like, I found it. Oh no, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, I resonate with this so much.
That's so funny. You have to do the whole thing again, and it's a speed run as well.
Yep.
You're 15 minutes in.
It was.
May as well start
That
again.
was when I was like,
Benny, I'm
first
doing it.
starting out.
I'm not doing it. Benny, go away. Oh no.
That is beautiful. I mean, I feel like we kind of know the context, but do you want to explain?
That's a
yeah.
good old fail. That's that one.
The main thing that's probably not obvious there is that Benny, who is one of my mods, went away for a little bit while I was faffing around trying to be a speedrunner. And this is very early into my speedrun days. And then he came back and I was like, oh, look, Benny, we're doing it. We're actually finally going to do it. We're going to get this star. We're not going to fall off. It's going to be great.
We're not going to fall off.
And I pressed the wrong button. I meant to jump and I dived instead.
You jumped, let me tell you that.
And like I was meant to like jump but to the other side, but because of how fast Mario was going, he just went, yeah, I'm going off the edge. And I think Benny put in chat, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know.
Oh.
This is the way I am.
That is a beautiful clip. I love that.
Oh, goodness.
Let's move on then to the next clip.
Okay.
Ooh, more Mario 64.
More Mario.
Okay.
All right, are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Play that clip.
This time we're actually doing it.
Oh, no.
Send help. This time we're actually doing it.
I knew as soon as the fire hit you.
And it nicely
This time
ties
you weren't
in with
actually
the
doing
previous
this.
clip as well.
It's like almost exactly the same thing. It's like we're doing it, we're not doing
There's a
it.
theme here.
I think the theme is you just don't say we're doing it during a speed run. Like, nah, I'm doing something, but I'm not doing it.
So this was actually an archipelago multi-world. So I had to get every star, and so it's not a speed run. But when I tell you how many times I died before this clip, 30 plus times.
Oh my God.
I think I played that level about 6 more times before I actually got the star.
You've clearly got a lot more patience than I do. I'd have just been like,
I was like, I have to do this because if this is someone's item, then they ain't getting it.
I got this item. Oh, thanks. No. This is everything I did to get this item. Just like you show them the clip, and it's like, wow.
and then you get the item and it's just crap. And you're like,
Yeah, it's like 20 rupees. You're like, fuck.
oh my God. Next one.
Okay.
More Mario 64.
More Mario. Are these all Mario? Yeah.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that clip.
Oh wait, ignore the music. Look, we did it.
You're cheating.
No.
No, this I believe this is if I may explain what I think's going on here.
Uh-huh.
I think this is the Switch version of Mario 64, and that glitch with the stairs it's not there, but I think Curie was like, I'll do it. I'll don't patch. I'll do it. Never mind. So just going back doing it yourself.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Precisely that.
Yeah, so you had enough stars to get up there.
I did.
So you pretended that you didn't.
The main part before all of this is all of my emulators weren't working, so I was like, right, okay, I'll just use the Switch version. Didn't know about the patch at the time.
Oh, okay.
Did up to 15 stars to this point, at 16 stars up to this point, realized loaded another save file, pretended to do it, and finished the run.
Are you making the noise it makes when you haven't got enough stars?
Like, no, I don't know. Do.
It's almost exact, like 1 for 1.
Wait, you tell me it wasn't? You tell me she didn't have enough stars?
I know, it's amazing.
Oh, goodness.
Let's move on then to the next clip. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, look, there's the poo hat.
Yeah.
There's the crew hat.
3, 2, 1, play that clip.
Michael banned me. Benny banned my mom. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was longer than I thought it was, but
Patano Farm, did you name that after the place in
yes.
Breath of the Wild?
Yeah. My other go-to name is Kakariko.
So, I want to know what you mean by someone banned your mum. Is that your mum in the game?
No.
What?
I assume it was in chat?
Mm-hmm.
Your mom has Twitch?
My mum is on Twitch, yes.
Oh, wow.
She doesn't stream. She just comes and hides
You
in
tell
my
me,
chat
you
every
tell
now
me
and
she doesn't stream Pokemon Crystal?
No, she doesn't.
What?
No, she does not.
Oh. How did Michael ban you from your own stream?
Well, he didn't.
Right, okay.
Shall I elaborate?
Yeah, go on.
I think you should.
So, Michael is a bit of a chaotic mod. Sometimes he does things by mistake,
Okay.
as every mod does once every now and then.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I may have made a joke prior to this. I can't quite remember, and it was absolute shite. And
It's one of his jokes.
Michael did slash ban me, or no, slash ban Curry, and it banned a user on Twitch who's
Called
just
Curry.
called Curry. And then Benny came in and was like, ban my mom, or ban your mom, or something. And I was just like, okay, now he's banned my mom. What's going on? I don't know why it was so funny, but
It's pretty funny, to be fair.
it's one of those
Who are
ones
your
where
mum?
it's funny in context, but when you try and explain it, it's just not that funny.
To be honest, that's not the context I was expecting, especially when you said that your mum was on Twitch.
That's
so
what I
kind of
thought.
assumed that
I
he'd
thought it was
banned
like
your actual mum.
Your actual mom's going. It's like, oh no, you don't ban my actual mum.
No, he did ban my mum, but not my actual mum. Just a user called
My
mum.
or your mum, or whatever it was.
Oh god, it's those fucking stairs again.
But this is
These are
the
different
this is the
set
actual one, I
stairs.
think. I think this is the actual. This isn't the Switch
Oh no, this
version.
is the next stairs down, isn't it? This is the one that goes up to the clock.
This
Anyway,
isn't the Switch version, though, is it? This is the
No.
actual. I can tell.
it's a
Yeah.
different set of stairs.
Okay.
I've actually got a good time on this one.
And so did Frosty come in your asshole again?
No.
Right, so are we ready with the last clip?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, play that clip.
Channel Wes. All right. I'm the best at everything, and I'm better than everyone. Ooh. I don't think that's clipped right.
That's the stairs.
Oh, get up the stairs, you fuck. Okay, so that's actually clipped wrong. It's missing a very large chunk of context.
Is it missing something? Or what?
Yeah, it's missing probably about 15 seconds off of the front. I think I might have sent the wrong link.
Oh,
Okay.
oops.
But essentially, I'll just go ahead and explain this one.
Okay.
It's a bit of a dud one. Essentially, I was struggling on the first set of stairs couple of people in chat were like, "Oh, get Wes in. He could do it first try because he's a god gamer. But he's not touched Mario 64 ever. I don't think." I told him how to do it. He did it, and I was like, "Oh, what a shithead."
What you don't know is he's actually a speedrunner of this game, and you don't know that.
Yeah, he's playing it right now, and I don't even know about it. And someone in chat was like, "Just channel Wes," and I was like, "Okay, I think I'm better than everyone else," and I was basically ripping into him, and I did it instantly, which is why I'm wetting myself laughing. It's a shame that wasn't clipped right, or I sent the wrong link or something, because that would have made total sense otherwise. But that's essentially why I'm pissing myself laughing.
Oh no!
Oh, amazing. Well, I think we can call it a day there. That was a lot of fun.
I told you the first one was the peak.
That was my favourite one, but they were all good. But, oh my god, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much. So I think we'll call it a day there. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you so much for being an amazing guest, Kuri. Everyone out there, please do follow Kuri, at least on Twitch. You can clearly see from those clips she's like really funny, and it's like all the time like that as well. It's not just like sometimes, it's all the time. It's brilliant. You can make her wear stupid hats. I mean, what more could you want?
What more can you want? Exactly.
By all means, of course, please also do check out Sukonami. Currently full-time streaming, basically full-time hours, kind of.
Pretty much, yeah.
Amazing. You know, you're gonna want to check him out. Amazing.
You turn me into a sausage as well.
I mean,
I don't have any hats, but you can turn me into a sausage or a banana or
Mike Wazowski.
Or Mike Wazowski with 2 eyes.
Yep.
It's kind of cursed.
It's like the meme.
It's kind of cursed. Yeah, that meme. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or Shrek. A lot of people like turn me into Shrek. What can I say?
Shrek'scellent.
Get out.
That is the correct response, by the way. And I stream every Friday for 6 hours, and I might stream more soon once the new stream room is complete.
Wait.
But
it's a Mellar seal approved promise, that one.
It's a lot of effort going into that room. A lot of paint going on the walls. But no, seriously, thanks everyone for hanging out. Hopefully we'll see you guys next time. Thanks, Maury, for the sub at the beginning. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys next time. Anything more to add? Anyone?
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for having me again. And if you already followed Mellar,
yeah,
go and do it. Go and do it on Twitch, sub to him on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, you know, you can do it. It's just down there. Just a little bit down there.
Don't forget to click the bell so that you get notifications.
Like and subscribe.
Exactly.
So seriously, thanks guys so much. That was a lot of fun, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye, friend.
Consider yourself satisfied.